What is...
No. I do this, remember? Because
cause
unless you know the rundown
this
for
is
it. Unless you know the rundown for the in review. No.
I could try.
Okay.
And if I fail, cut that out.
You want to try it?
I'll give it a try.
All right.
What's up, Internet? Final Wombat here with another fantastic video for MCU in review. This movie, Thor. I am Collier. Here with...
Did you say Thor?
Excuse me. Captain America. First Avenger.
All right,
Yeah,
so
he said
here I
Thor.
go. All right, here you go.
Yeah, I said Thor. Now that I think about it, like, wait, did you say Thor?
I heard you said it and I did.
I heard Thor, like, oh.
If you wonder what that face was, that's what it was. They're like, nope.
Wrong.
Nope.
Wrong.
All right, so take two.
Say it again.
Zero stuff. Wrong! But this is not the DC review. All right.
It is an Aquaman.
What's up, everyone? This is Fighting Wombat here for the MCU in review. This week, we are going over Captain America, the First Avenger. I am Jelani, joined by...
Paco.
And Collier.
Yep, Captain America, the First Avenger. We are going after every MCU movie up to the release of Endgame. I realized, hey, Collier, we said that in the first one, have yet to say what we were doing after they revealed the actual title. So, Endgame.
No, you said it once.
Yeah, but we said, like, it's probably going to be Endgame, but that was before.
Yeah, but now...
We recorded before they released the trailer.
Yeah, now
the official name.
I mean,
now we know.
all knew. We all knew it was going to be
We all
Endgame.
knew, but
I knew.
we said, it's most likely Endgame.
You knew what?
That was going to be called Endgame.
I knew.
Yeah, everyone
He
knew.
knew.
Everyone
Everyone
knew,
knew.
but it was like...
I mean,
but they
Doctor
did-
Strange said it.
Yeah, I know.
It's an Endgame.
Yeah, it's in
Tony said
Endgame
it.
now.
Tony said it in Ultron.
Yeah.
Listen, but we haven't said it in the video yet. This is what it was. It's been in all the descriptions, but we have not said it in the video. This is the first time we officially said it. Captain America, the First Avenger. See, first time, First Avenger. Got it there. Directed by a Mr. Joe Johnston.
Never heard of him.
You would think that, but you've probably seen some of his movies.
What movies?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The Rocketeer.
It's a Rocketeer. Never
The
watched
Page Master. Jumanji. Yeah.
No.
Jumanji?
No. Rewind.
Yes.
Pig Master.
Page Master. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is my shit.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
Never watched Page Master.
Oh, it's so good.
That is so good.
So Page Master, right? It's they first start in live action, and he starts becoming a cartoon. He goes to a world of cartoons where it's like the whole adventure thing.
Is that what
It's
Brandon Fraser?
World of Books, yeah, but it's animated, but it's great. It's so good.
The music.
But also some not so great things,
Uh-oh.
like Jurassic Park 3, the doggo,
Alan.
the Wolfman. So listen, he had a big upswing in the late 80s, early 90s, and then 2000s hit, and it was like
2000.
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah. Released July 22nd, 2011. A big miss, them not doing it July 4th weekend. You would have thought Captain America.
Of course.
July 4th, well, look what happened, but they waited a couple weeks, so I'm not sure what happened. Maybe some. Oops. You didn't see anything.
I really didn't say anything.
Good.
Okay.
A runtime of 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Didn't feel like it.
It was 2
It
hours.
definitely did.
It felt longer. It felt like 4
Okay,
hours.
no, because while we were watching this, Naya asked me 3 times, how long is this movie?
Are you sure? You kept looking at it, I was like, 2 hours. How long? 2 hours. You asked me.
Asshole. 2
I
hours.
mean, you asked next time. It's still going to be. Go ahead.
It's just like every time I pause, like, okay, we're in the first third.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're in the second third. All right, we're in the last bit.
Yeah.
Like, we got 10 minutes left. Come on, please. I understand. I'm going to say the word. I understand. I love you.
But we
I
have.
understand, but
You're like, I have to finish this. I've waited so long to do my homework now. I have to do this at the last minute.
look at college student, high school all over again. We're casting it to the last very moment.
Production budget of $140 million.
140. Okay.
Worldwide gross of $370 million.
All right.
So not as much as Thor. It's a little bit of a
He
dip.
made his
in
money
that.
back and he made some.
Yeah. I mean, it made that in the production times too,
flash.
so they were clear like, oh, we can make another one of these. We can keep making money off of them, but yeah. So yeah. We have Captain America, the First Avenger.
The CGI Avenger, am I right?
Okay, so
Was it CGI, right?
it was. Okay, no.
Wait,
You
was
took,
are you
CGI.
talking about like the little
Yeah,
show?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I have so
I have so many.
I got notes.
Oh!
I got notes. You wanna go? I got
Oh God! Jesus Christ!
I got so much trivia for everyone. So should we just get into the trivia now?
I don't know, man. I have words to say about the CGI.
Oh yeah. So most of the shots were done by a Los Angeles company called Lola that specializes in digital plastic surgery. The technique involves shrinking Chris Evans in all dimensions. They shot each Skinny Steve scene at least 4 times. Once like a normal scene with Evans and his fellow actors and actresses in the scene. Once with Evans alone in front of a green screen so his element could be reduced digitally. Again with everyone in the scene but with Evans absent. So that shrunken Steve could be inserted into the scene. And finally, with a body double mimicking Evans' actions in case the second technique was required.
God, that's
so
horrible.
I was sitting there, I was like, man, there's a lot of montage action scenes. I understand why. The effects all went into when they had Skinny Steve. They're like, that's where the budget was. They had no more money. So like all the actions that were montages, that's why. And man, I don't like that. I was like,
so did you? What would you say in how like the effect that I guess goes in my mouth for the Skinny Steve magic that they did, like the post.
By the way, I'm not done with that note. I just stopped at the point. There's still more.
No, continue. Continue with the CG Steve.
Okay, I forgot what it was.
Skinny Steve.
For a close-up, Evans' fellow actors and wait, hold up. I think I'm gonna skip something. Open choir. When Evans had to interact with other characters in the scene, they had to either lower him or raise the other actors and actresses on apple boxes or elevated walkways to make Skinny Steve shorter in comparison. For close-ups, Evans' fellow actors and actresses had to look at marks on his chin that represented where his eyes would be after the shrinking process. And Evans would have to look at markers on the top of the actor's head to represent their eyes. The second technique involved grafting Evans' head onto the body double. The technique was used mostly when Evans was sitting or lying down or when a minimum of physical acting was required. So that's how they did the Skinny Steve part.
Okay. Man.
Boy, 2011 was rough.
The magic, the work that they had to put in to make this magic happen.
Yeah.
God dang.
I mean, it doesn't look bad.
It does not.
It looks good, but my problem with it is that
that's my
Chris Evans' voice
does not fit
match
the
his body.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no way that amount of bases come on that skinny of a dude. And I would know something about that.
What are you waiting for? Waiting for the right partner.
It's like, you don't sound like that. No. Also, hey everyone, guess who just chucked a half a giant can of Nas before this video began? Yeah, it's going to be a great one today, guys. So.
Are you looking for one yourself?
No, I like energy drinks.
Huh?
I like energy drinks.
Oh, then why'd you look at mine's all hungry like?
You want to look at it hungry, you look at it thirsty.
Because I haven't eaten all day.
Like, look at everyone.
You what?
I haven't eaten all day.
You haven't eaten all day?
Boopy. So.
Earlier today, I put my Nas in this thermos to keep it cold. Mm-hmm. But this thing is, airtight. It's still bubbly. Mm-hmm. So the minute I flip this up, I get a cum shot.
Yeah, it was great. Right in the video, too.
What was it, Game of Thrones?
Yeah, Game of Thrones. I was like, there's no way I'm cutting that out. That is now staying in the video.
It was huge.
So.
That's what she said.
Chris Evans originally declined the role 3 times before accepting the part.
Really?
Yeah. Not dislike for the role or anything, but because he feared that the effects of the sudden increase of fame would be on his private life. Oh. Chris Evans is a very private person. He doesn't like going out a lot. He does his acting thing and everything. He doesn't want to be that big famous guy. Yeah, the spotlight was the problem there. Then Robert Downey Jr. convinced him to take the part and thus gain the freedom to sign on any other role he'd want afterwards. After that, he had a meeting with director Joe Johnson and the producers who convinced him to take the role. Yeah.
Good job for Robert Downey Jr. for convincing Chris Evans.
Or DJ.
Yeah.
My man.
My man. Tony.
You know what? Robert Downey playing Iron Man. The whole. It's him and Captain America that's holding down the Avengers. Yeah. Team just being him is still playing the part of Iron Man, trying to bring the team together on and off the screen.
Here it is.
God. He's the heart of the MCU, man.
All right.
Oh my God.
Also, another Easter egg for y'all. The originally cameo appearances were planned in the film for one James Logan Howlett, Wolverine, and Eric Lyncher, Magneto, who were present during World War II. Logan was supposed to be a soldier, and Lyncher was supposed to be in an internment camp. These cameos were scrapped due to rights issues.
That sucks.
It really does. It's like, can you imagine?
I wonder why.
I mean, Fox. Yeah, they owned up. So yeah.
But you know what?
Can you imagine?
If they were to go with that, and if Fox was like, yeah, sure, go ahead, and then like when Fox actually sees what they're doing, it's like, I'm pretty sure they're kicking themselves in the butt right now. But hey, it's okay. They did Logan. They
Eventually. They also did X-Men.
Years later.
X-Men Last Stand. X-Men Apocalypse. X-Men Origins Wolverine. So yeah.
A lot of bad X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Anything with Wolverine in it so far?
I mean, yeah, all of them are bad. I mean, Logan and Deadpool, those are good.
Wait, was
Wolverine
Wolverine in Apocalypse? I don't remember if he was or not.
Yeah, he was. He's a cameo that had no point in that movie at all, but he was just there.
What did he do?
He just busted out naked around.
He was in Weapon X.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, remember that scene? That was like, wow, that was out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Is that really necessary?
No.
What was he doing at that place again? For what?
Weapon X.
Who knows?
No, like
who knows? Because he wasn't captured at the end of it, but now he was.
No, I'm like they had to go somewhere where he was, but like they had.
Listen, this is not the XCU in review.
We're not doing that ever. No.
He says it, but
I think one of the DCU.
He does.
In my mind.
No, you don't. You know you want to.
Not
after Aquaman.
Like nah,
I'm done. After Aquaman, huh?
One woman in review. That's it.
There it is. Wonder Woman. Wait, did he already do one?
No, we did.
Oh, we just did the trailers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I don't even think we did trailers for it actually.
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing our.
We saw it, but I don't think we did the.
No, the trailers that you made.
Anyways. So, should we get down to this plot?
Yeah. So we start.
All right. Excellent.
Oh God.
So we're in the village, right? This village, the same village from the beginning of Thor. Here we are, and here it comes too. But Walter Frey himself. That's right. Filch is here.
You know what? Yeah, that face looked familiar.
There's him. You've seen him in 2 properties now. There's the 3rd one, Collier. He needs to be in Doctor Who. And wait, never mind. He is in an episode of Doctor Who. I just remembered that. Anywho, he's got all the nerddom under him. He's everywhere.
He's there.
He's running into a church, and some guy's running into a church, and he's there, and he's like, "Hey, they're coming for you." He's like, "They'll never find it." The door gets knocked down. Dude who's running is dead.
Too far.
Too far. What do you mean?
Too far.
What do you mean?
We start off in the Arctic.
In the Arctic, they found a plane. Guess what? You see Captain America's shield. Anyway, so they're back home. They woke up a senator somewhere. This guy slept long enough. Cool. Anyway, we're in the village, right? All that could have been cut out. You didn't even aim for that, actually. To be quite frank with you.
Honestly, I thought that was like an extended scene for my DVD.
No. It's there for some reason.
Because like,
you don't need that in the movie.
Because like you started off with the whole village and you're like, wait, wasn't that...
I did that because it's forgettable. That scene has no point in this movie. It was like, hey, it's Captain America. It was like, we know we bought the ticket. Let's get on with it. Imagine how much money they could have saved if they didn't do that scene. That's at least another action scene in there, right? They had to build out that entire set. Let the actors do that. You didn't need that.
Or they probably could like dump some more money to the whole CG Steve.
Anything. They could do anything.
Either way, I couldn't even see a flaw with the CG Steve. I was like, I know it's CG. I now know it's CG.
CG Steve.
But I don't see the CG. It is masked so well. But the only thing that killed me was the voice.
Yeah, the voice, but they weren't going to change that because it had to be Chris Evans. So they're in there. They're Nazis. They're trying to push open this sarcophagus or this tomb, and they can't do it. They're all weak. He's like, hurry before he gets in. And then guess who walks in? But Hugo fucking Weaving. So that's right, Mr. Smith. That's right. That one elf, that one half elf from Lord of the Rings. I can't remember his name. He's in River. Do you know it? Excellent. Collier's never watched Lord of the Rings. I'm on my own here. So
I watched it, but I don't remember it. It's been a long time.
He's upset. And he's like, hey, where's the thing? They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just a legend. He's like, nah, legends are real, blah, blah, blah. And he goes over, it pushes open real easy, like, well, these must be super strong. And look, you see a very shitty looking Tesseract. That's right, it's a Tesseract from the end of Captain America, the first of it. I mean, Thor got a blunder. Wait, we're here. And he's like, nah, this is not, they would not decide it in the tomb. It's like, then why are you trying to open it?
You don't bury legends.
He's like, why?
You said how you wouldn't bury it. So where would it be?
He said somewhere close, but it's like, but then why didn't it be there? But whatever. He's like, well, I will destroy this entire village. You must have people you care about, some friends, maybe some grandchildren. And he goes, beep, and he gives him a look at the tree. It's the world tree that Thor drew in Natalie Portman's book in Thor. But anyway, going on, and he just kind of finds a snake over there. He fondles its eye, boom, blows open, and you see the glow from goddamn Pulp Fiction, but it's blue, not gold. So anyway, like, excellent, I found it. Cool. Let's fucking wreck this fucking village. Now, I made my promise. I'm going to break it immediately. And he shoots fucking Filch in the stomach. He dies. Walter Frey is dead. And after that, we cut to America.
New York, I believe.
New York. Well, I mean, Brooklyn. New York. Oh, yeah. You get there fucking... they're doing the names with the, yeah, they're all doing the newspapers, and you see Skinny Steve wait up. It's like somebody's like, make you think about all the people dying. He's like, make you think about sign up. He's like, nope. And get up, and
he opened up his freaking file. I paused on that file, and I looked at all the conditions that he has had.
And I have the list here.
Here.
Oh wow, there you go.
There's asthma, scarlet fever, rheumatic fever. You have two sort of fevers. That's weird. Epilepsy, sinusitis, what I actually have. Chronic or frequent sinusitis.
What is that?
It messes with your sinuses sometimes. Like when we're recording, you hear my like that. That's going on there. It makes sometimes hard to breathe, but it's fine. Anywho,
so that's what he's like doing the whole recipe.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. Chronic or frequent colds, high blood pressure, palpitations or pounding in heart, indefatigability. Heart trouble.
I mean, with the first one.
Nervous trouble of any sort. Limp dick. AIDS.
Wait, what?
I was joking.
I know you was.
You thought we weren't paying attention, but we were.
Wait, what? Nani? What was it? Has a household contact with tuberculosis patient, parent/sibling with diabetes. Cancer, stroke, or question mark. I don't know what the question mark was. They're like, listen, it can just keep going. Yeah. He has all the things. As contact with all the things. He's so ineligible for this. That it's surprising that he's standing in front of you right now. Yeah.
Fatigability. I think did you forget that
one?
No,
I already said that already. Oh, easily fatigued. Yeah. He's just so much. It's so much. So the guy said, listen, you're ineligible on your asthma alone. You've got all this other shit. All right, there's no way you can sign up for anything.
He probably just read the top things like, boy,
asthma.
Boy.
Well, this was already a no, but I'll humor him. Why is this list still going?
And then it's like, is there anything I can do that can help? Yeah, sending you home alive or something.
He's like, I just want. He does something. I don't know. He's like, you know, he said, help me out. It's like, I am helping you. I'm sending you home, keeping you alive.
Yeah.
Then Steve goes to the movies, right?
Seeing all the
they did the news thing before the movie and everything. That's what they did before trailers.
Yeah.
And there's this one jerkwall, right? Who's
stop the cartoon already.
Being an asshole in front of sir, come on, man. Like they're being a dick, and there's being this guy. It's like, what is wrong with you? Like, they're talking about the war effort. People were dying. It's like, boo. It's like, get the fuck up. Like, even if you don't support a war, right? Yeah. You don't just be rude to people like, hey, the military's doing these things, right? There's wars I don't support. And it's like, when they talk about it, it's like, all right, I don't, nah, I don't care. It's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Come on. I mean, if you feel like that, you just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're trying to get in a public place and you're just being loud and obnoxious. See, he tells him to shut the fuck up. Well, not exactly those words, but he wanted to. And then this guy stands up and he takes him back outside the alley, right? And he starts beating the shit out of Steve.
And he just keeps getting up, gets beat down, gets up, gets the little cat, gets beat down.
I'll tell you, Steve, every moment he has some grass on to make it look like a shield, he does.
Yeah, he did that twice already.
He's like, trash can. And the guy drinks out of it. He's like, yo, you don't let him stay down. I can do this all day. And then knocks out again. And here comes Bucky. Comes very conveniently to meet Steve in the back alley of this movie theater, I guess. I don't know. And then he's like, hey, is there something on your own size? Knock it. And then bam! Right in the butt. Right in the butt.
And then at that moment, I acknowledge the alphabet in the room.
Bucky. Sergeant James Buchanan Barnes. Written on his costume because he has 2 stripes, not 3. But whatever. His costume, it's only 2 stripes, but he's Sergeant Barnes.
Sergeant Barnes.
Yes.
I looked at it, I was like, oh, he must be a corporal at this point. Sergeant
Barnes. Okay, back in the day, the stripes were different. That's what's going on.
But there were still 3 stripes.
Were they?
Yeah. World War II, there were 3 stripes.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe he's getting promoted. Like that's his only reason he's getting promoted when he ships out.
Or maybe it was like a buck sergeant, because like in the Air Force, it's like when you have 3 stripes.
Well, I mean, he's military. He's Army though. He's not Air Force.
Oh.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Like in those days, people call buck sergeants.
Bucky Sergeant?
Bucky?
Yes.
There it is. Anyway, so
Anywho's.
Bucky has a double date planned out for him and Steve. They're going to the
greatest wingman, by the way.
Fuck, I forgot the name of it. Hold up, let me see if I have it.
But the name of the girls?
No, the name of the girls too, but also the name of the fair.
It was a Stark Expo
No, it wasn't.
thing. Well, no, it wasn't. But Howard Stark was there.
Howard Stark was there. It's supposed to be like mimicking the Stark Expo, but it's not actually the Stark Expo.
I'm guessing it was like, okay, it was like an expo before he like, no, what? I can do this a whole lot better. I'm gonna make it my own. The Stark Expo, and as you see it in Iron Man 2, he did it, and it was great, and it blew up in a ball of flames. I mean, I saw, you saw, he saw, y'all saw. It was, a great. I don't know why I was speaking to my cup like this, but it was disastrous.
Disastrous.
There's flying robots. I mean, if you just watch the movie. I mean, not movie. Just watch our review, and you will understand.
Yeah, I didn't take that note down, but yeah,
You didn't take that note
it's
down.
kind of like the World's Fair, kind of like the Stark Expo mixed into one or whatever. But yeah, so you see Jenna Coleman there. She's one of the companions from Doctor Who, and you see one other girl who's very not interested in Steve. He offered her some food, and she looks like he just offended her. I was like, you could just say no. It's like, what did he do? Steve also not expecting to go on this double date, by the way.
Yeah, he's
he was going to the fair with his friend. And was like, so I got a couple dates. He's like, what'd you tell her about? He's like, fuck it. He's like, oh fuck, you really? What you know about me? He's running out the hair, and Steve's looking around. He's not interested. You see Howard Stark. You can hear Dominic Cooper. Great Howard Stark. You can see where I said RGJ. Fucking Tony gets it from.
Yeah.
Got the girls on there. He just kisses one of the girls randomly.
And he's like,
he had to wipe with lipstick, man. Like, so he's showing off his hovering car. Doesn't quite work yet. He did say, well,
he did say a few years. Yeah. Still didn't work. But hey, just letting you know, this is your future.
It's actually that propulsion technology is actually a precursor to Tony's propulsion technology in his suit.
I noticed the whole color. Like,
yeah.
oh. Yeah. All right, that's where we got it from.
Yeah, that's one. That was no notes. I left it out. Should have probably done because I actually has the name of the fair in it. But whatever.
But no, it's okay because, like he said in Iron Man 2, he was limited by the technology of his time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, motherfucking right.
You need to go dancing.
No.
Steve is gone.
Yeah, Bucky turned around to Steve, but Steve has already walked off. He saw sign up petition again. He's like, I'm going to go sign up again. Even though Bucky already called him out, was like, hey, you've lied on it, and that's a federal crime. You cannot lie on your application. He's tried 4 times so far. Mm-hmm. This is going to be his 5th try. And he sees Steve walking up there. He's like, hey, come on, man. You got to stop this. He's like, well, I mean, I can't just not do anything. I'm not going to sit there and collect beans and bullets. Like, there are men laying down their lives. I have no right to do anything less than them. And luckily for him, Stanley Tucci hears him. Mm-hmm. That's right, Dr. Erskine himself. Very conveniently, just walking around this very highly touted German scientist to the SSR, the Secret Science Division of the United States military, just walking around. Just randomly there. But luckily for everyone, luckily for the plot of this movie, he's right there. Strange place for him to be, but whatever. But I digress. The movie has to move on. I'll accept it. I was like, sure, he's there. So he hears that. He's like, all right, cool. I like to cut this guy's jip. So Bucky's like, he's gonna take both girls dancing now. You know how Bucky do. Where he ships off to the 107th, and then Steve goes to try again.
Hey, don't win the war without me.
Yeah, sure.
Like, don't do things too much until I get back. How could I?
Taking all the super with you, just like Collier's son.
And then like they had like a nice little romance, like jerk, or like they call
jerk punk.
Yeah. Oh man, that was so sentimental. Like, man, the perfect bros right there.
Anyway, so Steve's there. He tried to test. I'm pretty sure he failed. Anywho, they start leaving the room. So Riff walked in, whispered to the doctor. He said, "Stay here. Something wrong? Stay here." And Steve looked at it. It's like, it's a federal crime. It's like, that's right, it's federal crime. I've lied for the 5th time now. 4th time now. I probably need to get out of here. So he tried to turn on his shoes, and the MP walks in, just standing there. It's like, well, I'm screwed. And then comes in Stanley Tucci. And he starts talking to him in a German accent. Steve asks him where he's from. He says somewhere in New York, but before they're in Germany. Did that bother you? No. All right.
Cool.
So you didn't answer my question. Do you want to kill Nazis? He's like, is this a test? Yes, it is. I don't want to kill anyone. I just don't like bullies. No matter where they're from. All right.
He says that, but then later in the movie, how many did he kill? Well, not.
He didn't want to kill anyone. He doesn't like bullies, though.
Yeah, and he wants to deal with them by any means. It doesn't mean that he actually wants to do it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do it.
If he has to.
Yeah, he'll kill him. He doesn't want to, though.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like going out there, it's like, finally, my chance to kill some fucking people. Like, nah. He's just like, listen, they're being bullies, and I don't like that. So I had to stop them.
And also, like, to be quite honest, he didn't even kill a single Nazi.
That's not true.
It was Hydrants.
They're still Nazis.
They're
They're just science Nazis. That's all. They're the more advanced Nazis.
Hydra is the science division.
Yeah, the Nazis, yes.
Okay,
that they just kind of broke away. But I mean,
yeah, because like it was Red Skull dude and Hitler. They're like buddy, and then they went separate ways because he was like more of the mythical, and Hitler's like, all right, you're going crazy type of deal. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what happened.
That's exactly it.
Okay, cool. Anywho,
so everything's like cool. This guy knows what he's talking about. Guess what? You're in.
But first, another question: where are you really from?
Brooklyn. Excellent.
All right, let's go.
Steve from Brooklyn, and then we
go.
I think Risco's doing some shit, right?
Yeah, he was doing some stuff.
He's harnessing the power of Hejia Cube.
So
him and Toby Turner? No, not Toby Turner. Toby Jones, I think. I don't know. Arnim Zola.
Zola.
What did I say? Zula. Arnim Zola.
I was thinking Zuko and Azula at the same time.
Arnim?
Honor!
Zuzu. Anyway, so you see him in a little screen at first. That's his first appearance. It's a reference to his comic appearance. He puts his brain into a robot.
Yeah.
So think Krang. There you go. Mm-hmm. But anyway, right? He's got all this thing. He's like, all right, cool. We're trying to harness power here. They try testing it, get to 70%. It's 70%. Like, we're trying to stabilize it.
We're not here for safety. We're here for power. And then
100%. Everything gets tried, but guess what? They got the power. He's like, they can do it. It's like, all you need is some reinforcement in here. We'll be good to go. Excellent. We harness the power of the cube. Anyway, so we're cutting back to Steve. He's at boot camp with everyone who is very much taller than he is. And,
oh, God.
And who comes up but Haley Hatwell herself, Peggy Carter. Best girl, he says. She's talking to him, and then some guy's like, what's with the accent? She to step forward, knocked him to fucking the dirt. And then who comes up?
And then
Tommy Lee Jones. The man.
The myth. The legend.
Just.
I forgot he was in the movie.
He was in the movie.
I forgot. I was like,
me too.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, he's in here.
Oh my God.
He's a thing.
If it wasn't for fucking Men in Black.
All right, we get it. Tommy Lee Jones. That's right. The fugitive. Well, not the fugitive himself, but the guy hunting the fugitive himself. Tommy Lee Jones. That's right. Also.
Wait, did they age him up for this part, right?
No, he's just old.
Yeah, he's really old, man.
He's just old.
Okay.
He's just always wrinkled forever like that.
Yeah, and he's just he's talking to the man and whatnot. And he sees Steve. Like, all right, we're gonna get man. We're gonna make him great. Well, I mean, things are all good. Or
we have the greatest.
Can be greater.
Men. He just looks like, all right. So that's the thing, I guess. They are going to be like, they're trying to get a whole division of super soldiers, right? So they got to get everyone ready for it. That's what the training's for.
Literally picking the best of the best and trying to make them better. But then there's this.
And he's looking at Zola like, are you serious? Is this a joke?
It's like a can of green beans, if you will. And then you have the French cut.
Yeah. So anyway, they go through the training. Guess what, people? You like the montages, right? I hope so, because we got a training montage for you. And there's just
cliche, freaking.
And of course, like he's not doing so hot. He's just filling the.
You know why? Because he has literally every condition in the world that says no.
Yeah.
Tuberculosis is probably on that list too. But I digress.
I'm surprised he survived the first day.
He's climbing up to the nets. He's falling over. He's going through the.
And then the bully just like.
I mean, he was going, but also he was going pretty slow.
Yeah.
Everyone else is going by him much faster, and he's got a whole bunch of people just like behind him, like, come on, man, let's move. How did I get stuck behind Rogers? Anywho,
And then let's see,
They cut
marching thing.
the jogging, the running thing, right? They were going to the fella, and then the guy's like, "So
this flag has been down in 17 years.
Get a flag. Get it right back with Avenger Carter. Come on, get up there. And they're all
fall in.
And then Roger's like,
"Well, fall in."
And then just.
And then at that moment, you know what? You don't need strength.
Like brains better than brains is also important as brawn. I mean, it's kind of on the nose, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
It's like of course, I prefer when it was Mulan who did this, where she used her brains and her brawn at the same time. It's like, you know what?
Well, she did.
Because you're like, you have the weights, but also you know what you can do with these weights? They have strings on them. You can make a rope and you tie your
use the counterweight.
Yes, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Like with the brains and brawn. Like I said, I like the Mulan scene better.
Yeah.
And this one, I get it too. It's like. I mean, he only said bring the flag. He didn't say climb up the pole.
I mean, that's just, instincts. Like, all right, it's up there to the pole. Just do it.
Yeah, he's like, well, somebody's holding it up. He gets it. He's like, here you go.
There you go, sir.
Gets in the Jeep. It's great.
No, I actually like his development with him and Peggy.
You say development. They've had, this is his first speaking line to her.
Hey.
Not much development there. I mean, it's more than zero.
I know.
Not much on this point.
Throughout the movie, though, it developed
a
a
lot
lot better.
About the movie, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I thought you meant like just. Like,
just for that scene in general? No.
I was like, I mean, there's not much so far.
Like to Steve so far. Silver Surfer.
So yeah, we got, and then we cut the scene. They're doing push-ups, and he is bad at those. Then cut to jumping jacks. He's bad at those too. And then Robert Lee Jones is like, Robert Lee Jones and Stanley Tucci walk around. It's like, come on, man. I thought it'd be funny. You got like for the first couple of days, like you little yourself a little hamster, but look at him. It's making me cry.
I love him in this movie.
Give me Tommy Lee Jones in like every Marvel movie ever, and I'd love it. Give me Tommy Lee Jones doing commentary over every Marvel movie. Come on. You know you want it.
Do you think if we had Tommy Lee Jones in Incredible Hulk, if that would have made it a little bit better?
I mean,
as opposed to the general?
Yes. Yes, honestly. William Hurt. I mean, not William. His name is William Hurt. No. Oh, no.
Lockhart? No, not Lockhart.
I forgot his name. But
that general guy.
That one general guy.
And where did we establish where I know him from? Where he was in?
Civil War.
Yeah.
You saw him in Civil War, but you missed that moment because you didn't watch Incredible Hulk, so you didn't know who he was. But General Ross was like, huh?
Ross, that was his name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was trying about the actor's name. But anywho.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's like, listen, winning word only to break brains muscle. It takes guts.
Renee!
And they all done, except for Rogers, who's like, here's my chance to do something. Dives on it. It's like, get away! Get back!
No, I think it was like instinct for Roger. Not just like to prove himself. I think it's like...
He didn't know it was a test. He was like, here's my chance. I can do something here. I can help. Because that's all he wants to do. He just wants to help. That's all he wants to do. He wants to... Yes. But not to help like the other way.
Get away! Get back! Go!
I mean, what's we supposed to do? Because a fragmentation grenade, they shoot out shrapnel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can stop it, that's all. It's not going to go much further beyond you.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah. So, like, the way it's exaggerated, like, in other movies and video games, it's not how an actual fragmentation grenade works.
No, it's...
Exploding metal.
Yeah, if the shrapnel misses you, there's also the concussion blast behind it too.
Yeah.
So careful of that.
Yeah, but I mean, the shrapnel misses you in the blast at you. You can still survive if the shrapnel missed you. You're just like, you might have a concussion. It might hurt still, but you're like, I'm alive.
Yeah, you'll get blasted.
But if like for some miracle the shrapnel just all goes like it pulls a Pulp Fiction on you and misses literally everything and just like you'll fall back, but you're like.
I remember
I'm hurt, but I'm alive, so I'll take it.
I remember I saw a movie like a while back when I was younger, a military thing. Dude did he was a like he wasn't like the main character, but he's like the main character's best friend. Mm-hmm. I guess Bucky Barnes in this. And the enemy threw a grenade. It's like towards the end of the movie, and he was the only one who saw it. He yelled it out, but everyone was already so close, and they was like in the middle of stuff, so they wouldn't react fast enough. He just jumped on the grenade on his belly. Yeah. The grenade went off. Yeah, he was dead. But there was a goddamn hole on the wood floor. There's like in the jungle, like in a hut or something. Yeah, I'm like, dang, yes.
He has to go somewhere.
And he bounced like, boom.
Yeah.
And just a hole. They flipped him over, hole in his stomach. They're like, wow. That's probably like the closest that we'll get to like what grenades actually do. So what Steve was doing in that was just selflessness, pure instinctive selflessness. That's
And
how he is.
Tucci looks at him and was like, First Avenger was like, he's still skinny.
Still skinny.
Still skinny. Like, listen, we'll fix that later on. So,
put a pin in that.
So we cut back to Red Skull, right? And Arnim Zola, and he's getting a painting done of himself.
Cut the lights off.
Okay. Like, what do you want? It's like, well, we found him. He's in America. He's doing this super sort of
playing the pronoun game, and then we saw the pictures. Like, oh,
Erskine.
all right, cool.
He's like, but like, I don't know why you're so obsessed with him. Now he will succeed again. Again? Yeah, again. Yes, again. Because because he's like, he's that Red Skull's a failure. He's like, again, succeed again. But he's like, well, it does. With our new power, this is the only defense they have against us. So we have to make sure that they can't go. So our victory is assured. So should I get the order? It's already been given. All right, Dr. Zola. What do you think?
And you just see that the camera just panels to the red paint.
Oh yeah, you've seen the painter. His thing is all red. It's just like he's like a masterpiece. There it is. So then we cut back to it. It's Steve. He's in the bunk. I think he might have been in the bunk later talking to Tucci, but I mixed the scene up. But whatever. He's in the bunk. He's talking to Tucci, and they're like just getting ready for it. The night before the
whole operation thing about have a drink. Like, oh wait, not yet.
Like no food.
But like he was like actually having like a good heart to heart. I was like, oh man, I feel that this is like
he told him about fucking Red Skull.
Mm-hmm. And he told him like if it works, so like if you're good, you'll be better.
Yeah.
If you're bad,
what becomes good becomes better. What bad becomes worse.
Yeah. And
but kind of, but not really, because listen. Literally everything in Steve is a bad thing going on with him. So it's like, is his asthma going to get worse? No, it gets better. It's like,
but no, I think he's talking about his nature in general.
I mean, his nature too, but he said it amplifies everything. Everything. He didn't say metaphorically everything. He just said everything. He's a scientist, so everything.
Well, okay, no, like amplify his immunity to like that's the good that he's trying to get at.
Allegedly.
Like, make it
allegedly. Listen, he leaves a lot of stuff open.
Hey, you know what?
Not explain much.
But hey, you know what?
What?
He's in Captain America 2, Winter Soldier. He's in the second Avengers. He's also in Captain America Civil War.
Stanley Tucci?
No, Captain America.
Oh, I know that.
So if it amplified everything, how is he still standing? If it would have amplified his asthma, his fatigue ability.
I know, but I'm saying Stanley Tucci's logic must not be sound, or he's not explaining something.
And that's when you turned off.
No, I'm not turning off. It's like, all right.
Okay.
I'm like, all right. I get it. Like, it makes him healthier too. It's like he didn't say that though. It's like that's not what it does though. I'm saying it's like, no, it doesn't. It could just do that. But whatever. Anywho, that's not a problem with the movie. Actually, I actually enjoy the scene a lot. I like the scene a lot because Stanley Tucci and Captain America's relationship reminds me of Tony Stark's and
Spider-Man.
No, guy in the cave. The guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yusuf? No, Yusuf.
Yeah.
Yusuf. Yeah. It reminds me of those two, and actually, it's supposed to mimic that too in spoiler, Stanley Tucci dies. Remember when Stanley Tucci dies? When he gets shot.
I thought he was already dead, but you still need to go.
Yeah. But like, it's supposed to mimic that same scene too. Like, that scene made Captain America the person he was. Like, when Yusuf died, made Iron Man the man he was.
Yeah.
It's that exact same. So yeah. Anywho. They talking about Red Skull, how he forced him to do that after that, and fucking, like, it made what was bad worse. No fluids, ha ha ha, funny joke. I'm like, I'll drink it right now. So we cut to the next day. He's riding into Brooklyn with Peggy Carter.
I remember this place.
I got beat over there.
Behind the alley.
And there.
Be that diner.
And there. And there. He's like, you got something against running away? Well, you start running, they'll never let you stop. You stand up to him. You can't say no forever, right? And he starts talking to her. He's clearly stumbling over himself. He's like,
"You're not giving to girls."
He's like, "This is the longest one I ever had with a girl." Rank with you. He's like this. Waiting for the right dance partner is all.
Cute. Very, very cute.
Yeah, cute.
That line. Like,
and she's like, "Yeah, maybe if he gets fucking swole in the next 5 minutes."
Swole. So like
swole.
Swole.
Maybe if this kid has a glow up, if you know what I'm talking about, within the next 2 minutes of this movie. And then guess what? We are going into this secret base.
Antique shop
With the grandma who's running security, apparently.
wonderful weather we're having today.
Yes, we always carry an umbrella. Okay, excellent. Guess what? It's something from the comics. It's still fucking dumb.
Still what?
Still dumb. Why is Granny in charge of security?
Because she probably has some skills that didn't like uphold.
Didn't happen at all. Let me tell you, this next scene, a lot of MPs and agents get taken out like little bitches. What I'm saying here is like, this guy escaped pretty easily from here. But anyway, we'll get to that later.
Although I just want to like point out for like a movie that takes place like during World War II, the technological and archaeological advances, like where they are, is like that is way too advanced. So are you telling me that the enemy's always been like a step ahead of Americans in technological advances? That's like the whole science fiction thing going on here.
No,
like freaking
the Germans were already. The Germans were already naturally were already ahead of Americans in technology. The only problem with that is that the Axis forces were. This is what it really came down to. The Axis forces could not keep taking resources from what little ground they had, while the Allied forces had a much bigger resource pool. Like, look, think how big America is. Think about how big Germany is, or at least where Germany conquered the area. It's like it's still not that big. So like, even though they were technology advanced, they had taken on way too many enemies way too fast.
Yeah.
Like, guarantee you, Japan not attack America, Germany would have a much better time with the war. America wouldn't have gotten involved. They only had to take on they only had to really worry about the French resistance and the British, and then just secured Europe. They had a non-complete clause with the Russians, but then they attacked Russia like idiots. So they also they opened up a front on another side. A war on three fronts is not a good idea. Whatever.
So did it just like they underestimated how big Russia was, or was it just like the cold climate, or what was it?
Hitler's crazy.
He attacked everything.
He was power hungry.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what it was.
He was paranoid about Russia, so he decided to attack Russia first. And
that's what he knew that he messed up.
Well, he figured out later because the greatest generals in Russian history ever stepped up. General January and General February. You don't invade Russia, especially not during the winter, because you're like, oh yeah, German winters are rough. Wrong. Russian winters are rough. German winters look like summer comparatively. So anyway, technology is all fine, but Mother Nature will come and kick your ass regardless of what you feel like. So anywho, back to this World War II.
The fictional World War II?
Yes, the fictional World War II. Also very technology advanced, but they're about to do this experiment. You got Howard Stark there. There's a senator here who's upset about being in Brooklyn at this time of day. He's like, well, if I got the generators that I wanted, we would be in a base. We wouldn't have to be here in the middle of downtown. Brooklyn's like, listen, there's a lot of committees. It's like, then quit bitching. All right, you want to see the experiment take place? You got to invest in. You got to get some money. Otherwise, that's why they're there. They got to use Brooklyn's power grid.
Yeah, and also we need someone who looks a lot like what's his name? Not Kevin Conroy. Oh God, dang. Mark Hamill. Nope.
Anyway, it's just Senator's assistant.
Freaking Man of Steel.
Henry Cavill.
That's where I got the.
It's this very German-looking guy, this very Aryan-looking guy that no one is suspicious of at all, who just appeared. He's like, he's my assistant. How long for? Who knows? Who cares? He's just here. He's just like, no one's suspicious of him.
Nope.
I didn't even know who he. The first time I saw him, I was like, this guy looks suspicious. That's fuck. He was like, that's a bad guy. That's a bad guy.
I forgot that he actually does cause shit. I was thinking like, oh, like he would be the one who would be like in charge of like, the whole Captain America thing and sending him on tour. No, I was wrong.
Yeah. So anyway, they're about to do the experiment. They got like, not that was so bad. It's like that was penicillin.
Wait, that's him? Get this boy a sandwich.
Yeah, it's like someone get this guy a sandwich. Then for some reason, this experiment requires 8 vials. They brought 9.
Where was the 9th?
Remember they took 4 and 4 from each side. There was one left in the middle. That's the one the guy steals because they just had 9 vials there for some reason. It's like, why?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
that's that one you have to say is questionable. It's like that's there because the script says it has to happen. Yeah, that was like
spare.
A spare of what?
In case one of them.
If one of his arms doesn't inflate all the way there.
This is like, oh,
guys, help! I need one more. Juice me up, Captain. So yeah, he's about to get swole in the most American way ever. Super steroids.
Steroids.
They put them in the tube and they turn it on. There's a lot of screaming. It's painful. They're like, shut it down. And they get like 50%. Like, I can do it.
I got it. I'm like, all right, Cap, man. I thought they did shut it down and he's still like, but no, he's
like, nope, I can do it. Just keep going. They kept going. Got all the way to 100%. All the lights, a lot of lights explode. A lot of that happens in the movie.
You know, just science and stuff.
I don't know why. You don't need that. You just like, hey guys, it worked. It's like, nope, it is that's the second time this happened in the last 10 minutes of this movie. That's what my problem was like. What's keep happening?
Why don't we just test things at 100% see if it works? Then just recalibrate and just do it at 100% so it doesn't do that.
I know, right? What?
It seems like
it's almost like the scientific method doesn't exist or something.
It literally seems like they were testing this for the first time. Like, oh, it worked. They were like, by theory it should work, but we're gonna do a live test right now. Whether this thing goes or succeeds or fails. Luckily, they succeeded. He's alive. The thing opened up, and boy, I acknowledge the alpha male in the room for the second time.
Yeah.
I'm like, good. Even Peggy couldn't keep her.
That was an improvised scene that they just did. Does like because she was like she couldn't believe how unbelievably fit he was. Just
like who? Like Steve Rogers or freaking Chris Evans?
Yes.
Yes.
Good answer.
Yes.
I couldn't believe it either. Naya was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "I will be."
I will be. I am now. Oh, actually, I missed something too.
Let's wait until they put a shirt on him. I'll be fine.
So, but I meant to do something during the exhibition, the fair. In the exhibition, there was a mannequin in a red jumpsuit under a glass dome. Collier, did you see it?
A mannequin.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That's a reference to the android, the original Human Torch, the first superhero created by Timely Comics, October 1939, which eventually became Marvel Comics.
Wait,
he's also part of the what?
No, what?
Timely Comics.
Timely.
Yes.
Because I always thought it was like Detective Comics eventually became DC, but no, it was Action Comics, then Detective Comics, then DC.
Yeah. Timely Comics became Marvel Comics.
Okay, so they was called Timely. That's what it was. Okay. All right.
He was also part of the Invaders, along with Namor and Captain America. Marvel Comics recycled the name and abilities with the Fantastic Four's Johnny Storm. Chris Evans portrayed Johnny Storm / Human Torch in Fantastic Four 2005 and Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer 2007. That's something I missed there. So that's why that's there. It's a really long-reaching Easter egg there, but there it is.
Either you die a hero or you live long enough to play a better one.
Yes. Yes.
Totally forgot he was Human Torch.
Yeah, I didn't know until you brought it up some years ago. I'm like, wait, he was, huh? And then I saw some pictures. I'm like, oh my god, that is younger him.
Yeah, Chris Evans. Also in this is also his 6th superhero film.
6?
He's in the 2 Fantastic Four movies.
Okay.
Comic book films.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I didn't have
also
all.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim. That's the 3rd one. He was a voice in TMNT as Casey Jones. It was one of the animated ones. There's one more, I can't remember the name of it, and this would be a 6th one.
My man.
Yeah. Oh, and also Stan. But I'm going to do this before Stan Tucci dies here. Stan Tucci wanted to do the role of Dr. Erskine because he wanted to try his German accent out.
Wait, who?
Stan Tucci. He Dr. Erskine. He wanted to be able to do a German accent, so that's why he took the role.
Oh,
that's why he was like, hey, I got this accent. If you don't, listen, I've been practicing this thing in the mirror for years. I got this.
I got it down.
I've been doing that for like Australian accents. I'm just be watching like Australian stuff and like Australian. Good night, mate.
Oh, anyway, so everyone is surprised, like, wow, he is yacked. The Germans better look out because we got an entire division of these guys coming. And there's one guy in the background who stands up and now he's very clearly evil. If you didn't pick up when he was evil before, he is very evil now. And then he takes out his lighter. Well, he leaves a patch there and he's walking down the stairs. Everyone's all looking. And the usually knows something. He's like, who's that German looking guy, right? And he takes out the lighter and then chink, boom. He's like, someone stop him. And he takes a vial, plop, plop. That's a two. They call that 2-shot. That's a 2-shot for Tucci. That's... the Stanley 2-shot now.
That's so mean. That's so mean.
I'm just saying that because I've been thinking about that joke for the past 48 hours. That's why. Because
I forgot that he dies.
Yeah, he died.
I know he shoots some people in there, but like, I swear it was like an omen. I saw the scientist who's like, I think he dies. I never remember. I think he dies.
That guy's job was take the research, kill the scientist. He did both. Blop, blop, pop, pop, magnitude, and then he's shooting MPs all the way out. None of them have their guns.
Pop, pop.
None of
He's freaking.
people coming out have already heard the gunshots and the explosion. Don't know why they don't already have their guns out and ready. They see him reach for the gun in their holster. It's like, why was that not out already? Why?
Because the plot.
He's the one.
Yeah, like get it. Peggy shoots him a couple of times. Only in the arm though.
He's a good.
Yeah, pop.
Good shot.
She's a good shot until it's required for her not to be a good shot.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that scene later.
Yeah.
And Collier, I don't know why, but I know you were like, really? Come on. Yeah, I know you were like, how? But we'll get to that scene later. He's running out and he's just taking people out left and right. Pow, 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 pow. Die. Like, seriously, he shoots an MP, falls, runs past him, and MP saw him because he's coming out the same hallway behind him, but does not turn to shoot him. Goes to the down guy. You saw him! You literally saw him! Take your gun out and shoot this guy in the back! And here comes Granny. Guess what? She has the MP40, but gets shot. And it's like, oh, we're doing this, huh? Aren't we?
And then he takes the MP4.
He reaches another German guy out. He takes the MP4. There's no German outside. They are like, let's go. 2 agents come to try to shoot him. They can't hit shit. Also, just opening fire with civilians right behind them. It's like, if you're going to shoot,
give two shits.
I know, if you're going to shoot, make sure you at least hit someone, all right? Like, they didn't even accidentally hit anyone. It's like, where are you shooting? Did you shoot? They are the person who did not invest any skill points into the perception in Fallout. That's who they are. There's nothing. Not a single perception check is passed in this
Roll
game.
Perception.
Roll perception.
But German guy rolls up.
0. Like, I thought this starts with 1. It does. Here it is. Where did the 0 come from? Man, there's 6 on here? Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Where did the 0 come from?
Absolutely nothing. So yeah, German guy shoots him up, just right by style, plop. And Peggy car comes out. Bam! Hits the driver. What immediately? So hell of a shot. So here's what this guy does. They swerve into taxi. Taxi driver gets out. Hey, this guy's been shot. The German takes his taxi, goes around, heading towards Peggy. Now, Collier, you know guns. What is easier to hit, a smaller target moving away from you, or a bigger target coming towards you?
A bigger target coming towards you.
Now, why can she hit a smaller target going away from her, but not a bigger target coming towards her? She missed 3 times.
Because the movie requires it.
Because of plot.
Collier, I'm
The
sitting there
script
like,
Demands it.
if he had
And
kept
we needed to see a
if he
chance
had
for
kept driving
Steve Rogers to come in
if he
and
had kept driving
save
the other
her.
way, I would have understood it. No, they have him come towards the pit, so like some moment is.
No, here's the
like,
thing. Okay, so I just came up with this. He is better at firing at distance targets.
That's bullshit.
When he was going up the stairs, he was quite a ways.
Nah.
When the car was going away, they were quite a ways. But coming at it, like,
Nah.
I didn't
Collier?
practice for this.
Collier, that's bullshit.
She's not good at close
That's
quarters.
bullshit, and you know
She is
it.
not good at close quarters.
That is bullshit, and you know it.
That is my theory that I just came up with.
That is
You
horrible.
asked, I gave you an answer.
That's horrible. It's so stupid. But yeah, Steve dives out there to save her, push out for him car. She's like, I had him. He's like, no,
I had
you
him on the
didn't.
ropes. No,
You did not. You didn't have him at
I had
all.
him on
Shut
the
up.
ropes.
Anyway, he's like, I'm sorry. And he sat right after her. He's like, looks at feet. He's like, oh shit, I can run. He's like dashing the water. He's like,
But also, shoes. No traction.
what?
No shoes. No traction.
Oh yeah, he's also not used to how fast he can go now.
Yeah.
Like he tries turning and it's like, oh shit, oh shit. Dude just dives into the like, sorry. Just kept going.
And
He's keeping up with this car.
He hops over a fence and that was awkward.
Just. He wasn't expecting to do that. He tried to jump like I'm gonna climb, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm going higher." I don't know, climbed the fence that high before, and I woke up on the other side. So then he eventually gets on top of the taxi. The guy shoots. The bam, bam, miss. Bam, bam, miss. He's bam,
Man, his
bam,
Spidey
miss.
senses is on point.
Bam, miss. Bam, 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 miss. Eventually, the car crashes. Guess what? They're at the dock. Exactly where this guy wanted to go for some reason. Why they're going the opposite direction, I don't know. But that's where they were going, apparently. It's very questionable.
He's gonna go like a long way. I don't know.
Oh, well, sure. Anywho. So, there you go. There, yeah, they start shooting at Steve. Steve takes the door, uses as a shield.
Yep, there it is.
Anything he can grab, uses as a shield. Takes the boy. She's mom yelling, no, whatever. Shut up. I'll get him. I'll kill him. I swear to God. I'm still not shooting him, but I will. Bam, bam. No. All right, so I'll still do it. Ran away with him.
Finally get in front of it, like, don't do it. Like, wait.
Then,
Damn it.
Yeah. He yeets the boy into the air. And then Steve, being the guy, he's like, he running around to the kid. He's like, no, I can swim. That kid is awesome.
He is awesome.
That kid is
just
awesome.
Because he can swim.
I was like,
save Steve.
He said, go get him. I can swim. I got this.
I got this. Because also, I'm guessing at the time, like, it was like not like a common thing for people to like, or especially kids, to know how to swim.
I mean, sometimes, yeah. Listen, you can do that now. I guarantee you some kids don't know how to swim.
Like you.
Like me.
And me.
Yeah, there you
You
are.
can swim?
I can't swim.
Look at that. 2 out of 3 of us can't swim. Collier. 66% of the people in this room right now cannot swim. So there you go. All right. Anywho,
I got so many people to teach how to swim.
it's not happening for me. Anyway, I think. So anyway,
You just don't know the skill. You just know how to stay right? Or
I just don't know how to swim. I drown.
I know how. I just can't.
Well, I know how to swim, but I just can't float.
Yo, float too.
anywho,
Yo, float too.
I still need to watch that movie. Anyways, he's chasing him. He gets into his
Which,
freaking
by the way,
high-tech.
so how much does this lighter do? Because it literally does everything. It's blown up 2 things before and summons a submarine. It's like, but a lighter, right? There's only one. This click, click. It's like, so were these like?
It's proximity based.
Is it?
Hey, do not underestimate the German technology.
I'm just like,
We talked about this before, and I brought
Like,
this up. Why are the enemies always advanced so far?
the next one summons a
advanced
helicopter from the future.
Unbelievably.
This one opens a Rick and Morty portal gun. Just it just goes.
Unbelievably advanced.
Next one turns up spaceship. Just keeps going.
Next thing you know, the beak is gonna alert Skull himself, and he just like teleports the entire army. I don't fucking know.
It's so much. It does so much. Anyway,
That magical.
so he gets in there and he's zooming in the water, and
It's
Steve
like
jumps
the
in,
doctor's magic
and
sword.
and then Steve somehow underwater outswims a submarine.
No, it's just to tell you like, hey, this super serum,
Apparently, it works really well.
works.
That or this submarine's really fucking slow.
it hasn't even got the chance to go into top yet.
And then Steve underwater punches open.
Okay, to think about the force required, because
I know.
all that water drag, just
Collier?
boom.
It's one thing I was thinking about. I was like, man, this serum must really work, or this thing must be really weak. That's one. It's one of the two.
No, he's really strong because
All right.
the glass using in the submarine we're able to see has to be at least as thick as polyurethane glass for the bank that you see.
Anyway,
Which is
so that happens, and Steve throws the guy up onto the dock.
throws him up.
Collier, I'm thinking about all this. It's like, man, this is a lot for Steve to be doing when he just got this power. It's like he had it all his life for some reason. But anyway.
But no, I was actually expecting during that scene, throw him up and he just go like poof, like Aquaman.
Oh, you got that now. He just climbs up. Like, who are you? Where are you for? Cut off one head. 2 more take place. Hell. Take a cyanide pill. Dies on the spot. Also, when he threw him up, broke the serum bottle. So it's all gone now.
That's fine. We have Captain America. That's all we need.
What?
That's all we need.
Oh, no, they have Steve's blood, though. That's next scene, too. They're taking some of his blood. It's like whatever was left. We're sure it was in your blood now, so that's all we got. So that's why they're about to send him off to a lab so they can try to recreate the serum.
I mean, like, just use your notes.
Whose notes?
The notes that was used to create the serum. I know
Erstein's.
notes. Huh?
Erstein's. I know, right? Write shit down, but they didn't do it. That's why they can't do it anymore.
Oh, he also blew up the computer, too.
What?
He also blew up the computer in this lab.
I know, but, notes written somewhere. I mean, they didn't do it all in this lab. He was on the military base. You think he would have something, a journal of some sort. A Halsey journal, let's say. But no, he got all the notes in his head. He knew that's he's the one who doesn't make it. He didn't tell anyone else, apparently. Just why they were trying to recreate it in the future, like with Incredible Hulk, and just things don't work out that well. So, yeah.
So they're taking a sip of a serum, and then You got to help me out here with this scene in particular because something was happening, but then the next scene he's in his stupid Captain America suit.
So yeah, that's it. This general's about to send him off to. The colonel's about to send him off to a lab because he was promised an army. Only have Steve. We can't do anything with you. It's like, I mean, you kind of can because
just send him to any front.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it's like you have a super soldier now. You have 100% more super soldier than you already did. Mm-hmm. He can probably help. No, we're gonna send him to a lab so we can try to recreate it. It's like, I mean, that might work or it might not. Who knows? But we're gonna just risk the entirety of the war on this one namesake. But that's what they do, and they So what the senator sees it was like, well, actually, there's something else you can do. I mean, he wants to get off lab, but do you want to help in the most important front in the war, sir? It'll be my honor. Well, congratulations, you just got promoted. And that's when they cut to that because he's selling bonds. So guys, you know you like montages, right? Here's another montage.
Okay, so that's what's happening. Okay, because it is literally the one thing that he said earlier to Bucky, like, I don't want to be doing a whole scrap thing.
And that's it anyway.
And he...
Captain Propaganda.
Yeah, I said that to him, like...
Captain Propaganda.
I mean... When you think about it, I mean, when was Captain America created? World War II, right? Yeah, America was already propaganda,
wasn't it?
No, World War II. He was already propaganda.
Yeah, so like the comics that was actually being seen in the movies, it was
he was already propaganda.
Yeah,
so yeah, that's how he started. So this is really his origin story when you think about it.
But just in a different timeline. So like, here's the thing. No. So like,
he gets frozen still.
No. I mean, but like. In this universe of World War II, Captain America was like, he was there in the comics, but he's
still propaganda.
Yeah, but still, like, for our timeline, we just know of the propaganda of the comics, but not the actual Captain America. He doesn't exist in this timeline.
Oh, I know. But the only difference there is that the Captain America in our world does not exist, but this one, it's like, both worlds, he still uses propaganda.
It's just that they have the real-life propaganda. Yeah. I mean, the real-life Captain America.
He's doing the show with the girls, he's memorizing his lines, he's knocking out Hitler in every state. And then he's in movies, and then he's starting to get some fandom, starting, like, girls walking up to him, and starting to him was like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm Captain America. Yeah, I'm famous. What's up? And then you cut to the army, and they're not having any of this bullshit. Who's ready to help me knock all 8 off in the jaw? And they're... Are you serious right now?
Bring back the gas!
It's like... Yeah, you do that, pal. It's so great.
Hey,
but also,
sign this!
Woo! And they're throwing tomatoes at him. I was like, where'd he get these tomatoes from?
Me and Naya at the same time.
I was like, where are these tomatoes coming from?
I swear, like, at that time, everyone had a tomato ready on standby. Like, they come in the movie theaters with, like, a tomato. 10 cents, 1 tomato.
They're running tomatoes, too.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know why they sent Captain America out to the front. And it's like, you use them to sell bonds. It's like, these guys aren't buying bonds. They're the ones receiving them. They're the ones receiving the stuff that this is buying.
I guess it's like motivation or something. I don't know. But hey, he's finally where he needs to be, like, the closest to the front as possible. And that's when him and Peggy, find out if Bucky Barnes is alive or not.
Oh, yeah, like, after that whole show didn't go the way he thought it was going to go, he's back drawing, also apparently a very good artist.
Very good artist.
He's drawing a monkey in a Captain America suit. So see how he feels. And then Peggy shows up. It's like, I don't know what she says to him. And he's like, oh yeah, that I'd be doing. It's not what I envisioned. And I'd be doing, but it's more than I would be doing. Still working for you guys. I'd be in the lab somewhere.
Yeah.
And she's like, you were meant for more than this. And it's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're telling me.
He's like, what happened out there is like you saw the remainder of the 107 who got just wrecked by Hydra. And he's like, 107? I didn't see Bucky out there. So he ran to the colonel and was like, well, listen to that prancing man with a plan.
Prancing man with a plan. What do you got for me?
Tommy Lee Jones is so great.
I swear, like, every time I watch him, it's like, was that scripted or did he just improvise as like...
Here's what I want.
Yeah, right? I got a better line than this.
I want to go back in time.
Uh-huh.
And I want to convince them to start off with Captain America. So that way we get 2 Captain America movies. So we get 2 Tommy Lee Joneses. Because they move things so quickly. Like, I'm supposed to just believe him and Bucky are great friends off the bat. And I'm supposed to believe all this stuff. Like, if you do this, what I'm saying here, you get more time for him and Bucky, right? You get more time for him and Peggy, right? You get more Robert Lee Jones. And I'm saying these ideas, and they ain't sounding bad so far. More Tommy Lee Jones. more Dr. Erskine, more freaking what is it? More of the Howling Commandos, so I can figure out who any of them are. Any of them. Hey, did you guys enjoy Lady Sif and the Warriors 3 in the last film 2 months ago? Well, congratulations. We're going
to who? What?
Yeah, guess what? We're about to multiply them by 2. There is going to be 6 people who you know nothing about now. You know Bucky and the Howling Commando. That's right. Anyway.
It's gonna be a lower tone.
So yeah. Steve is there. He's doesn't happy to see him. He's looking for Barnes. I know the spell. He's like the flames were there. So sorry about that. He sends him away. He's like, listen, if I read the poster right, you got somewhere to be in 30 minutes, don't you? Like,
nope, I do.
Yeah, you do. And he says to Peggy, like, if you have something to say, now it's time to keep your mouth shut. She was like, and to her, I was like, well, that was my excuse. I thought to tell him where he was going, but now that you said that, bye.
Bye, boo.
He's like, you can't stop me where I'm going. It's like, listen, I can do something better than that. Get you a fucking flight out there with who else than Dominic Cooper himself, Howard Stark. Robert Downey Sr.
Have those two met?
Dominic Cooper and Robert Downey Jr.? I'm pretty sure at some point in passing they've met, probably.
Like, hey, you play a good Iron Man father. I swear, like, man, the things that this MCU has done with these actors is just like, in growing up with them, it's like, I'm always gonna see Robert Downey as Iron Man. Yeah. I'm always gonna see Chris Hemsworth as Thor. I'm always gonna see Chris Evans as Steve Rogers, Captain America. We will forever see these people as these actors because they've been here for so long. For us who grew up with them, and for like the new generation, is like, oh, that's not even gonna care about like the actors' actual names. Like, oh, that's Captain America, but he's in this movie, but that's Captain America. It's just a great thing. I mean, it's not like, oh, like Will Smith. Oh, that's Agent what's his face from Men in Black. That didn't stick with him. It's just like Will Smith, Fresh Prince. Well, no, I take that back. He will always be the Fresh Prince. I don't even care. I don't give a man. He's always the Fresh Prince, no matter what other role he plays. Yeah, Will Smith is great, and so is every actor, big or small, in the MCU. Just great. But I'm pretty sure there are a few. Wait, no, yeah, there's the one from Incredible Hulk. There's a one from the girl who was trying to act, trying to pretend to. It was terrible.
You talking about the character name, or you talking about the actor name?
Yes.
All right, excellent. Liv Tyler, Betty Ross.
Yes.
There you go.
Anyways, we're not talking about like that was my appreciation segment for the MCU.
Yes. So anyway.
Yeah. Got some fun facts for us.
No. Just Howard Stark. He's flying him there. Offers to stop him to get some late night fondue. And Steve takes this the wrong way. He thinks like, oh, so these two are you guys getting a fondue, huh? She's like, what?
Huh? Fondue.
And he's like, well, Steve, Howard here is the best civilian pilot I've ever seen. You know, get down there, and then they start taking fire. And he's like, all right, cool, it's time for me to leave. He's like, you know what you're talking to? He's like, listen, you guys about to get shot down. Not gonna be on my conscience. Let's go. He's like, just dives out, and they turn away. They go get some late night fondue. You know what I mean? And then Steve infiltrates the Hydra base. He's in the truck, back of the truck. He dives in, and there are 2 Hydra agents there. They're like,
in good cartoon fashion.
Yeah, good cartoon fashion.
I love it.
I didn't need it. I didn't need that.
I appreciated that.
I'd rather see the fight, but whatever.
And then he gets to the base, and then Hydra soldier goes back like,
see the shield?
America! Boom!
America. Bullet America.
Also really weird. He took the shield, not bulletproof. There's a normal shield that a bullet will penetrate. Takes the shield anyway.
It worked.
I mean, he doesn't get shot at all.
He was lucky. Very.
Very lucky. An entire military base, not one person decided to shoot at him. They all was like, oh, he's close to me. I should charge at him.
And then, evacuating, knock knock, open the door, close the door on his face.
I don't like candy corn.
And the bananas.
Bananas are too big.
Anywho.
Oh.
Oh yeah, so at this point, also like Red Skull was then telling Dr. Zola to up the output of the facility by 60%. He's like, but the workers can't handle it. It's like, well, we can always find more workers, can't we? Use them up for what they got and nothing. And then you see one of the members of it, Dum Dum Dugan. Do you know his name? Yeah, I know. You don't know his name in there, but I know him from the comics. So it's Dum Dum Dugan. He's one of the Howling Commando. The guy goes knocked off. He's like, you know what? Cross? One of these days, I'm going to have a stick of my own. And that was his line. And we were like, cool. And anyway, we're still here in this facility. And then Steve's knocking out some guards, goes to the keys. It's like, who are you? I'm Captain America. What?
Nani?
He lets them all out. He was like, all right, good guys, there's 80 yards that way. There's a tree line. I'm going to find everyone else that I can. Meet me there. If I'm not there in like 50 minutes, just take off. He's like, do you know what you're doing? Yeah, I've knocked off like 260 times. And you're like, what? Everyone is so confused. Yes, what's up?
I think we skipped the scene where he disintegrated 3 of the his commanders or whatever. Red Skull. Because he was giving a demonstration about the Tesseract or whatever. And he was like, okay, this newfound power.
Yeah, we did that stuff. Yeah, well, not his commander. They're like representative of Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
He's like, Führer! And he's like, all right, cool. You haven't produced anything like a new gun in a year. We're going there. He's like, call it what you will. It's exile because I no longer fit our Führer's image of perfection.
Yeah.
But
I got
then
the power
he's like,
of gods, and you are peasants now.
Yes.
Don't mess with me.
He's like, with this new energy, this new weapons, I'll be able to wipe out all my enemies.
Wait,
your
enemies?
He's like, Berlin is on this map. He's like, as it is.
Yeah, you saw that. Yeah. I saw it. You noticed.
And then, it's like, they just wipe people out. He's like, the one guy's like, you will answer this if you're. It's like, sir, there's a gun pointing at you. It's time to move. The both guys and the other guys yelling at the door, Shred! And it just disintegrates. It's like, Doctor, we both knew that we can no longer grow, that Hedra can no longer in, what?
What?
Führer's shadow? Nazi shadow?
Yeah,
German shadow?
Behind Hitler's shadow.
Behind the shadow. Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra! Hail Hydra!
So anyway, well,
smart move.
Listen, he was shocked. He did not see it because he was like, I think people are going to die in front of me today.
Yeah, he didn't. That was a look of, I did not sign up for this. I'm a scientist. He said that like 2 times. I was like, I am a scientist. I don't know like how is this thing supposed to work.
I only manufacture guns. I cannot shoot them. Anyway,
well, he also
Toby Jones himself. Anyway, so
anyways,
we're back to the facility, right? Back to our back to the future now. Present, I guess, kind of. Present, past. So
he liberated the guys.
There were the guys. He goes to find Bucky, and there's a revolt going on. They are busting out. They're taking the Nazi gun. The Hydra guns are disintegrating people, jumping into tanks. One of the
big tanks, by the way, very big tanks.
Yeah, they're German tanks. German tanks are bigger than U.S. tanks. Spoiler. We had Shermans, they had Panzers. Panzers much bigger, much more armored.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're just. This is an action scene. It's not. There's just like a lot of shooting going on, and not a lot of coordination of it. They're just everyone's running around shooting people, and Red Skull sees on the camera feed. Sorry.
Captain America.
You're taking out people, like a couple of people, like fist hand in hand. It's like looking recruited out match. It's like, oh, but whatever. Like. None of them are shot at him once, so you don't know that actually yet, but whatever.
Yeah.
He just kind of knocked people out, so he's doing the self-destruct sequence. Like, time to leave. Zola runs to get his shit, and then Steve sees Zola leaving his office, looks at him like, hey! Zola runs, he's about to go off him, but then he hears Bucky in the back. He's like, Bucky! And Bucky's over there giving his number and everything. Something's wrong with him. He can't concentrate, but whatever. Steve looks at the map, sees it real quick. All right, cool. Can I get Bucky out of here? It's like, Steve? Yeah, he was like,
what are you doing here?
He's like, used to be shorter. I'm like,
Was.
Is it permanent? So far. So yeah, the Commandos break out or whatever. I don't know. They did something. They shot people in Salt Tank and got out of there.
Yeah, and then they're trying to make an escape route. Things are blowing up.
Then Captain America! I'm a big fan of your films.
Okay, that's why they finally meet up, and
and then Captain hits him. Bam! He's like, he basically misses Erskine. He's like, oh, you're trying to piss me off, huh? Bam! And then like, yes, boom! Just not come back. It's like,
he punched the shield.
Oh, he punched. He knocked him back too.
Boom!
And then he's like,
Whoa.
oh, because he was surprised when he was able to take the punch to still stand there. It's like,
Yeah, like,
uh-oh.
huh?
Then he realized, oh, this is what Erskine was talking about.
Yeah.
This is the guy.
This is
the other guy who has the
he
serum.
knew, like, oh, you're the final boss I've been warning about.
The final boss.
So after like
You know when you're playing a video game.
after a couple of punches, Zola pulls it and then they separate the bridge there and then they'll see the
Zola's. I thought I could have sworn that scene was a whole lot longer, but no. Zola's
it's very short. There's not much action there. This is before the Russos got a hold of Captain America, so the action is not the same that you'll see in Winter Soldier in Civil War.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, I can't wait for that. But anyway, so yeah, and then Red Skull finally revealed himself as Red Skull. It's like, you're afraid because we have left you being high. Me, I embrace it. He just like, because it's time for him now to reveal that he is now Red Skull.
Yeah.
It's evilly.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, so the reason he's like that is because Red Skull has the form appearance. It's explained because his body's rejection of the serum.
Rejection.
Yeah, the same thing that happened to Blonsky when he was injected with the serum, and that's when he transformed to Abomination. So his body's rejecting it. Essentially, that's what's going on with them.
And the serum was like forcing it's upon the body, and it's like it eventually won, but because of the rejection process,
Yes.
he's like, well, I tried, but this is what you got left now.
Yeah. Also, Hugo Weaving, the actor for Red Skull, has gone on record stating that he is indifferent to the film. Indifferent. He said that he was happy for the experience, but it was not the typical type of film that he normally preferred. He indicated that very little interest in reprising the role as Red Skull due to the difficulty of the makeup process involved.
Oh.
It took a very long while to get all that on there. Yeah, so not exactly the most fun process when trying to having to focus on memorizing your lines and acts. Is how much makeup, how long like the hours of makeup are on you.
Stop crying.
Stop crying. All right, Collier, we're going to sit you down for 7 hours to do this makeup. Cool. Now it's time for you to get up and now act.
Jax did it. David Bowie did it. And he had a full body thing going on. He did it.
It's still difficult. Also, Dave Bautista doesn't have to carry a film like Red Skull does. Red Skull is the antagonist, has to carry that opposite part of the film.
Okay, yeah.
Dave Bautista is
He's a
background comedy.
He is the part of it.
Yes.
Everyone's scared their own share. He's carrying his share.
Also, listen.
The guy who's playing Red Skull, he's the one who's got to carry that entire representation.
He has to carry the opposite part of it. Yes, he has to do that part. Well, Captain on the other side, like, Chris has to run around. What he has to do? Be buff.
Get up, work up. This is his warm up right here. And then freaking his workout.
But listen, that's a lot of time out of your day already, so it's probably really annoying. It's like 7 hours. Like, man, I can be eating. I can be doing literally anything else besides sitting in this chair and not moving.
I mean, I would think that they would like eventually get better at it because.
Well, I mean, when they get better at it, they get worse at it too. That's why when you see Jennifer Lawrence's makeup in the newer X-Men trilogy, it progressively gets worse because she's like, no, make it easy. I don't want to keep doing this. So as the films get going, the makeup for some reason gets worse on her.
Because it's like kind of speed up the process, so like
make it easier to do this. So that's why, yeah.
Right. So there's like kind of lower the quality then.
Yeah. So anyway, so that happens.
Okay, I take it back. I feel his pain.
It's a lot.
I am sorry.
It's a lot to go through. It's like, I understand. It's like, yeah, I would hate it too. So yeah, they break through, and guess what? They try to escape. Red Skull goes to the roof, takes a rocket. He's like, what about me? Take my fancy car. Not a scratch, doctor. Not a scratch. And you know, he's like, man, I kind of want the rocket to be safe. But it's like, I kind of really want to drive that car too.
Hey man, let me tell
you.
Real car, and that car is a beast.
Oh yeah, it's modeled from a truck, so it's like, but the problem about that is a 38-foot turning radius. Huh. Yeah, Joe Johnston actually drove it around a little bit. It's like it's just a beautiful car. It's not very functional,
but it's just there for the design aesthetics. Yeah. It just looks badass. And apparently, like in the movies, it's only designed for like going
straight,
fast, straight.
Yeah. The only time you really see it move is like when it's going straight. You don't see it make a lot of turns because, like I said, 38-foot turning radius.
So I'm guessing just like trying to go from here to here.
I mean, because it's a truck. It's just a truck cut down to look like a car. That's what it is.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's why the turning radius is so big. But whatever. So yeah, Bucky crosses something. Bridge falls. Cap's like, I'll try to find a way. No, I'm not leaving without you. Cap jumps. Oh, Flame goes home. What happened? Oh, no. Oh, wait, Cap's alive. But you cut back to the base, right? And Tommy Lee Jones is really grumpy again. Really old person fashion. Not happy. He's like, I gotta explain to the senator why he just lost his whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then for some reason, 200 people, including some people in German tanks, can approach this military camp unannounced. Collier. Everyone is shocked when they show up. It's like, what? No one radioed ahead. No scouts anywhere. No wonder you guys are losing this war. No one is watching your goddamn perimeter. Who's in charge of... Oh, Granny is in charge of this one too. She's in charge of the perimeter. Collier, not a single person is no. The colonel, the person heading this division, does not know 200 armed people are heading towards him. Just kind of walk up and was like, oh, you made it to the middle of the game. Interesting. Like, I'm not going to say you're going to get in a fight or, like, have a shootout. It was like, someone would know.
Yeah.
Anyone in an active war zone would know that you're approaching them.
Their defensive line out there.
Yeah, apparently.
Anyways, they all make it.
Okay.
Everyone's cheering.
Hey,
let's hear for Captain America.
And the music swells, and you think, okay, this is where the movie ends. Wrong. You have an hour left, motherfucker. You're in the middle of the second act now. Music swelling like it's the end of the film. This is the victorious moment. Like, all right, this is where it cuts to black. Mm-hmm. Wrong. There's still more. There's still more. Because it felt at that point like, this is a complete movie. This is where it ends, and you can just lead off to a sequel after that. Mm-hmm. Incomplete. Wrong. We got more to go because we have to do the Hydra thing. Wrong! Anywho. So, come back to the States. Cap, he's about to get the Medal of Honor. Yeah, he's about to get the Medal of Honor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My good friend, Captain America.
Not there. He's had with the senator.
And guess who we see?
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
He's that guy that just sits on up. I'd be taller. But then you cut to the SSR base. Cap is putting all the points where he sees the Hydra base. It's like, that's all I saw. It's just a quick glance. He's like, well, nobody's perfect. Him and Peggy, they're hitting it off more because he's fucking swole. Now, he's yacked.
Do you think Bucky had any jealousy in that?
Yes. Sir, I'm going to tell you right now. If you're standing next to Chris Evans and you're expecting to be noticed, I got another word for you. All right?
No.
It's not happening. All right?
I mean, like, that's why sometime, I think it was like this summer. No, I think it was like last summer. Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth. Well, Chris Hemsworth. Mm-hmm. And who's the third guy from Guardians of the Galaxy? What's his name? Chris Pratt. All the Chris's, they were there at the beach, shirts off, except for the other Chris.
Which one?
The one you just said, Chris Pratt? I need to remember that name. He got their shirt on. And something like on TMZ or whatever, this is like, yeah, they're all like working off shirtless, but like he got their shirt on. Why is going on? Well, if Chris Hemsworth
like, he's like, I don't even know why you're attempting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's no point in this.
There's no point.
Like,
I mean, just Chris Hemsworth alone.
Yeah.
I mean, like Chris Evans is a nice little treat.
I mean, because Chris Evans he still has the biceps. The abs, though, you don't see much more of that in the movies. Like, you only see the biceps, right? But you don't see the abs going more.
Winter Soldier.
This is the only time. No, that's Civil War.
No,
that's Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier when he's on the helicopter.
Civil War. You're right.
Yes.
Civil War.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Cause I remember that because he goes like, okay, tricep not working. Time to go to the bicep. Listen, I know I remember that scene because I audibly gasped in the theater. He's like, so I'm probably next to he's like, you just gassed that Chris Evans like, you're damn straight. I did. Do you not see that turn?
Do you not see that power?
Oh man.
Man, shout out to fan.
So he's pointing everyone out.
Drops that theater.
And who do you see in the background there, Collier, who comes up to the colonel and gives him a file? Who is that person right there?
Who's that dog, Mr. Peter?
No, the blonde.
Okay, yeah. So,
Whoa.
I'm sorry,
Relax.
but
Yeah.
I was so confused.
Marjorie Terrell herself walks in. That's right, Natalie Dormer is in this movie.
Yeah, I'm like, who the hell?
And let me tell you, this movie does a crime because it has a tragic voice of Natalie Dormer.
Yeah.
But I understand the process, but we'll get to that later. So he's like, hey, I need a team. We're working on it. All due respect to her, so am I. We cut to the Howling Commandos in the bar. And listen, they can drink.
They're victorious as hell.
Yeah.
And then, like, stuff is happening, and then the room comes to a halt. Everyone turns their head, and who else do we see?
But he has to get everyone to sign in. He's like, one guy's like, yeah, just gotta do one thing for me. What? Open tab. Also the, I'm gonna look up the actor's name because I don't want to say the Asian guy.
Well, he's in another movie, fun fact type of deal?
Yes, but you guys keep talking real quick while I find the actor.
Excuse me.
Up too late. Kenneth
oh.
Choi. Jim Morita.
Okay, what about
The guy who says, like, I'm from Fresno. When he says, are we taking everyone with us? Because
we're taking
he
everyone with us?
He looks Asian. But he's like, I'm from Fresno, idiot. I'm American. But
Jackass.
Jackass. So, Jim Morita. Kenneth Choi. He's an actor. He's in the Howling Commandos. Mm-hmm. He appears later in the MCU. He's in Spider-Man Homecoming. He's Peter Parker's principal. But on the desk, you can see a picture of him from World War II. This is because that principal is related to that Howling Commando. That is his grandfather in there. That's what they did with that character.
Oh, that is so sweet.
There it is.
That is sweet.
So that's two links to 2 to maybe 3 links to Spider-Man Homecoming that the movie we've not even gotten so far yet. So there it is.
Okay, I'm stupid. I was thinking as he was going on with this, like, oh, that's Martin Lee. I'm like, excuse me, out of me?
No. That's the video game. We don't go there yet.
Yeah.
We're not in Martin Lee in the MCU yet. Anywho, so yeah, room comes to a stop. Who is it but Peggy Carter herself? Red dress looking fine. That dress was supposed to be used in Inglourious Basterds, was never used, so they used it for this film. But whatever.
It's like Marvel paid more money for that dress.
God, she looks.
And you know what? It worked. It worked a whole lot better.
And Bucky is like, he's trying like, notice me. No. So she's just talking to Steve, like looking for the right part and everything. They're kicking it off. There's the back and forth between them. The chemistry. The chemistry here is so real. Perfection. But anyway, let's speed this up. Anyway, Buggy's like, I'm invisible next to you. Like it's horrible. I'm turning into you. But yeah, so he's like, listen, I'm not ready to follow Captain America to the hill, but that dumb kid from Brooklyn who can't run from a fight, I'll follow him. Aww. There it is. They're boys. It's my boy. But like once again, it's like, man, I wish we had more time to develop that relationship between him and Bucky.
Yeah. So like they were best friends before they even tried.
Oh, they were best friends their entire lives, but we didn't see that.
Yeah, we just like oh okay, that's Bucky, and we just gonna go from here on forward.
Yeah. Here's Bucky. He's gone.
You know what? I think they did a whole lot better relationship with Winter Soldier, even though he was the antagonist against Captain America the entire time.
Yeah. But also, that's different filmmakers as well, so that happens.
Listen, Russo Brothers.
That's Russo Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't knock it out the park every time. You know, sometimes you just get a first base hit run. That's all you get. Sometimes you just get 4 balls and you're like, all right, Claude, just walk it. That's what you get. Anywho, so they cut to the base next morning, or I'm pretty sure they didn't do anything yet in Hydra, right? No, nothing's happened with those guys yet because they haven't started kicking their asses in montage form.
There's a whole montage.
So yeah, got to the base next morning. Guess who's there? It's Natalie Dormer herself. Marjorie Tyrell is reading a newspaper, and he's up. Steve's there. He's looking for the he's looking for the colonel. Like he's in a meeting, but she looks who it is. It's like, I mean, but you going away from there, and then it's like, all right, cool. It's time to fucking mac out. Trying to get. He's like, and Steve is like, he's like, no, I don't think they're all married. Steve is trying his best. He's like, all right, cool. If female's trying to talk to me, let me try something real quick. And then she's like, well, on behalf of the women of America, and just starts macking out women. Here's why Natalie Dormer is here, because there's anyone who can challenge Haley Atwell getting someone's attention, it is Natalie Dormer. That is why they cast her. Tragic waste of Natalie Dormer, let me tell you that. A phenomenal actress. Love her in Tudors, love her in Game of Thrones. Her movie was alright.
But okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing though. When I saw her, it's like, I know the face, but I just don't know where I could place it. Yeah. It's because of the fucking blonde hair.
Yeah, the blonde hair.
I immediately mistook her for Black Widow. Like, wait, did they read like
Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, but like, did they just cut the whole blonde thing? Like,
fun fact: Scarlett Johansson. I mean, Black Widow was actually from the These Age of Comics too. She was supposed to be in the past, but it's the whole thing. Her, Bucky, Cap. It's just a whole Nick Fury. It's a whole sort of thing because. Yeah. It's not Captain America and the Howling Commandos. It's Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that didn't happen. So there's a whole lot.
So just her alone, because she's animated. Like I know the face, and she's great and stuff, and it's just such goodness. But I don't see her again. Okay, that was cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then again,
she's in the background every once in a while, but she's not.
Yeah, but they probably did it like. There's probably like her. I'm pretty sure it's not her starting role. No. But like it's just like I'm just gonna use it for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That was it.
She's
Waste.
Listen, Chris Evans is a lucky man, all right?
Very lucky. Thank to you again, Robert Downey Jr., for convincing the great Chris Evans
to mac out with Haley Atwell and Natalie Dormer. That bastard.
That little bastard.
Anyway. So...
Peggy comes
around the corner, sees him. He's like,
"If you're not too busy,
I guess finding the right partner wasn't too hard for you after all." He's like, "Listen, it wasn't what you look like." He's like, "Yeah, sure it wasn't." She's not happy.
She's not having.
He's like, "Well, why got you and Howard get fondue?" He's like, "What? Idiot!" And then he cut to Howard. It's like, "Fondue is just bread and cheese, kid." It's like, so you guys weren't. No, listen. The moment you think what's going on, you know what's going on in woman's head. You're in trouble. Like truer words have never been spoken. Anywho, so they're going there. He attached to the shield. So I was thinking of some designs, and he sees something on the floor. It's a vibranium shield. Like that's vibranium. Hearts of the world. And Pendra's like, why is it an issue? Because we're looking at. It's all we have.
Yeah,
that's all we got
in the world.
So
we got. It's a prototype. Like, all right, cool.
The comic book version of Captain America's shield is most commonly said to be a mixture of vibranium and adamantium. Vibranium, the shield's ability to absorb vibrations. Adamantium, the shield's near invisibility. However, because adamantium is part of the X-Men / Wolverine mythos, which film rights are owned by 20th Century Fox, the adamantium part has been left out of this version. Next fact: shields made with different materials were used depending on what was needed for the shot. Rubber shields were used for when Cap punches people with it. For scenes where the shield was on his back, magics were used to keep it in place. In many of the scenes where he is seen throwing the shield, Chris Evans would mime out the actions, catching and throwing the shield.
What?
He would mime out the actions of mime.
Mime. Oh, okay.
You know what a mime is?
Yeah. So he was just like pretending.
Yeah, he would mime it out.
So like it was.
And then with the shield being added later using CG. Yeah, CGI. Yes.
Okay, cool.
That was it.
I've always thought that's how. Like I thought like either it was like. Certain scene, he's just like throwing a plastic shield, and there's like another shot, and like okay, CG shield.
There would never when he would throw, there would never be a shield.
Yeah, and then he's like okay, shield off scene, but in scene, like okay, like got it.
And then they would later on add it like oh cool, and then put it on his back. That's just the magnet there.
Yeah.
When you would hit people with it, it's just rubber shield, so it doesn't really hurt them all that much.
Like, bam. America, boom.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So that's when the shield. He was like, "Hey Peggy, what do you think?" He's like. Steve does not get a she's mad at him. Bam, 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 bam. It'd be like a ha-ha scene, but I was like, no. She's psychotic.
Yeah.
Steve, you need to get you someone better because that is not you
right,
guys weren't even together yet. That is unacceptable behavior for someone to put your life in danger. She doesn't know what that shield is. She doesn't know if it's going to work or not. She just shot at him.
Yeah.
With her shot, she might have missed. Who knows? She might have hit his leg. You would have wounded Captain America.
He just grabbed the nearest gun. It's like, didn't even care if it was loaded or not.
What if it was?
Why was it loaded?
What was one of the Hydra guns?
Why was it loaded? Why was it loaded?
That's a very good question, Collier. Why was it loaded? Also, I think we missed scene tier 2 when they were looking at one of the energy signals of one of the guns, the Hydra guns, and Robert he was like, I don't know what this big does about, and he zapped it and then boom. Like, write that down.
Write that down. That is very Tony. Yeah. That is very, very Tony.
Log it. Log that. That's important.
Very important.
But anyway.
Susceptible to large explosions from the very minute of disturbance on surface.
So yes, after that they're both him and Howard looking like, oh boy.
Yeah.
You see, like I got signs for the outfit. Like whatever you want, kid.
Yeah.
And then guys, I hope you like montage because here we are again. You want to see some action in this film? Them working as a team together? Too fucking bad. We got montage time. We got montage of Howard Commando just taking out Hydra left and right. Here's one of them looking into a barn kind of facility thing. Yep, it's a facility. They blow it up. He rides off a motorcycle. Guess what? There's one with the truck. Roll a French guy under it. He puts a bomb under it. Just do this. Boom. It blows up. There are just so many montages. Captain America, he's on a Hydra tank. He goes throwing a bomb. Does it in there.
Yaka.
And then jumps out. Very bad green screen CGI jump. But whatever. Over there. And Red Skull is not happy. He's like, when the guy's like, we fought to the.
Are we talking about like not happy the Iron Man's guy, Tony Stark's right-hand man, or just not happy as in the emotion?
Anyway, so
I had to force that.
We fought to the last man. Evidently not. You are failing. You're every time.
I am a scientist.
It's like. I can only design weapons. I don't know how to shoot them.
I mean, like, okay, why does every like when there's like a bad guy leader and they turn to this scientist for like this great development, they always blame the scientist. It's not the weapons. The weapons are clearly working. It's not the people who's opposing your team that has advanced technology are outsmarting you. No, figure out how. He's
pinning him on being smarter, which is what the whole happened there. Zola's the one who instigates the whole train thing. It's like he can try to trap Captain America in there and kill him that way, but that doesn't work out well for him.
Yeah.
But whatever. So we're at the end of the montage now. We don't know any more about these characters. You Bucky kill a guy, which actually a reference to the comics too, because Bucky is the one who in the comics, well, also once again much younger in the comics. He's like 14 years old.
Oh yeah, he's a wee lad.
Yeah, and there's a lot of killing. He does this stuff that Cap will not do. Kind of like, I can't kill these guys. Like Bucky's like, I'll fucking kill him right now.
I mean, he's...
Turn your back, Cap. I got this.
Close your eyes. Come here.
Yeah, like, you're not here for this.
You gotta get elevated real quick.
So, yeah. That's the only thing. That's when the reference there. That's why he shoots him. And Buck's like, cool. Thanks, I guess. It's like, you're at war. It happened.
Yeah.
So, shut up, Cap. You walked into that facility with your little water gun pistol. Pew, 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 pew. His suit looks good though. I'll say that.
The suit looks amazing. Yeah. I forgot the suit looked so good. Like, okay, so how did he go from that wonky suit to that?
He had Robert Stark. He had Howard Stark himself design it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Yes.
Anyways, so next they're going to the train, right?
And let's.
It's Chris Evans on the train. That's right. It's Snowpiercer. We're back to this movie.
I don't know that movie.
It is Chris Evans on the train. Societal system. You know Captain America Iron Fortress, right?
Yeah.
Take out the zombies. There you go.
I forgot to watch that anime. Yeah. That was a thing to be had. 12 episodes, 2 to 4 episodes?
12 episodes. So in for season 2. Come on, people. Let's give it to me.
I don't need it.
What?
I don't need it.
I need it. I want more. I want so much more. Anyway. So, we got Captain America, right? We got Bucky Barnes. We got the one black guy who speaks French.
Having me forcing you to get on that ride? This ain't revenge, is it?
No, why would it ever be that?
Man, I stumbled to get that up, but you got there.
You did, but you're here.
And also, let's talk about this whole CG thing when they land on the train. I'm like, really? I mean, like,
when you very clearly see where it switches from CG to person.
Yeah, like
like, oh boy.
Whap.
Like, all right.
I mean, like, they have mayonnaise on their boots.
Apparently.
And also, Naya points out a very crucial thing. Like, there's no way that can happen, right? I mean, like, Planes going fast. There's wind everywhere. I'm pretty sure there's ice on the surface, so they should be slipping, falling like I don't know, non-slip boots.
Listen,
They had the training.
When they had the momentum, they did have momentum going with them to go with the speed of it. That's like we only have a 10-second window. That's why the only 3 of them will land on it because they don't have that much time to get everyone there.
Yeah.
So the momentum, maybe they do land like all out. Maybe they get a little bit of grip and balance. Who knows?
I mean, no, land on the floors with that. You want to get as low as possible.
They do. I mean, listen. Listen. I'm not saying it's not bullshit, but also it's a comic book movie. I'm moving forward with what Lajay presented me. I was like,
yeah.
Sure, he throws a shield around and hits people. Okay, I got you.
That shield defies laws of physics.
Yes, it does. Because it absorbs vibration, but it can bounce off of people.
It also energy blasts.
I mean, no, but it absorbs momentum. So how can it bounce off people?
That's not fit.
If it absorbs momentum, it can't do that.
So it should be. Wait.
It would. You throw it and it would stop. That's what that means. Because that would make it. It would go somewhere else. But like, no. If it does that, it would just. That was it. That was all that shield would do.
Maybe it only works for when something's coming at it, not when it goes somewhere else.
That's not how that would work. It absorbs momentum. The entire thing is made out of that metal. That's how that works, Collier. So that's like the logic of it is like, sure, I got you. He's a super soldier. He's strong and all them. I got it. So anyway, right? They're in the train. Him and Bucky are there. The black guy's not there. I guess he's going to the front of it to capture Zola. And I don't know why they didn't all go there, but sure. Bucky and Steve are going to go into this one part. It's like, it's kind of empty in here. And then Steve, they separate at some part because they're stupid. And then the door's shut. Uh-oh. It's a trap. Hydrated coming from one side, on the other, one clearly ready for Cap, the other one's not so much ready for Cap. Yeah. What if Bucky went in first? What would you have done then? They both be dead, and Cap would have came and reinforced his run.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, Bucky.
Fire again.
Yeah, that's happening there. Cap knocks him out, goes back to Bucky. Bucky trying his best to hold off these guys, can't get a clear shot off. Then Cap breaks the fucking door open.
And then he rushes his, tosses him the gun, rushes his
gun.
shield to the thing,
Boom,
slides it over.
Guy flies over, bam, Bucky shoots him, bam.
All right,
excellent. Cool. Guess what? Here comes the other guy again from where Cap's side is.
See, this is why you double tap. This is why you double tap.
Listen, if he was Bucky, he would have, but he's not, so he didn't. So excellent. Guy shooting around, and now this blast does what it never did to any part of the train except for when necessary. It blows it the fuck open. This thing has hit all the time and missed Cap.
And also, like you said, the shield, it absorbs momentum, or every time.
Why is it bouncing stuff to the side?
It's been bouncing off.
What's happening?
But when Bucky gets it, he gets blown back.
I would guess because Cap's super strong, so he can hold back the force of it.
Doesn't matter.
Listen, I'm not denying that, Collier. I'm trying to apply logic to this. I'm trying to get maybe he is strong. I don't know, but here it is. You're questioning why, and that's a bad part. That's bad. That's like movie's not why did it happen? Who cares, nerd? Move on. So Bucky's outside of the train.
For dear life.
Luckily, he lost the shield in his hand and it fell back in the train.
He goes that way, and shield goes that way.
Well, he goes that way, the shield goes that way, because he goes out the right side of it.
Oh, yeah.
He went the other way, well, Bucky be fine, the shield be gone, or whatever.
Yeah.
All the vibranium we had, gone forever, bye.
Still Black Panther.
Shut up. Anyway, so
he's hanging on for dear life?
Bucky's hung over their life. Steve's like, grab my hand. Bucky falls. We get a very bad CGI green screen Bucky falling to his death.
Moment of silence.
And
that's it.
Then the black guy captures Zola. Then guess what? Everything's fine. We cut to Tommy Lee Jones and Arnim Zola in some place in the front. Steak. What's in it? Cow. Like, listen, I'm not trying to poison you. I need the information. Blah, 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 whatever. He's like, well, meat doesn't agree with me. Cool. I'm going to fucking eat this because I'm hungry.
And that just proves him like, all right, I try to be friends.
All right, and then he's like, he proceeds to blackmail Arm. So listen, any information? And if you don't give it to me, well, we'll release you. But we already put the word out that, like, listen, you already gave information to us, so Schmidt, Red Skull, he's gonna be looking for you.
And also,
and you killed Steve's best friend, so I'm pretty sure he's not gonna protect you. So you're kind of screwed. You're like, well. he tells him the plan. He's like, listen, his target is everywhere. He's going to conquer the world. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, sanity of the plan is not consequence. The fact is that he can do it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I've been dealing with this madman a whole lot longer than you think.
And then he tells him where the base is in the Alps. And we cut to Steve. Steve is drinking in the bar. He can't get drunk. I feel your pain, Steve. I feel your pain. Because his metabolism keeps speeding up. He keeps healing. Because getting drunk is killing cells. It's wounding you. You're poisoning yourself. But it's because he heals so fast, he can't get drunk.
That's right. I missed that part because I think Nia was saying something and I completely missed like how. Like,
he's sitting there in the bar by himself drinking.
And how did what's his name find him?
She's an agent. She knows stuff. She knows things.
If I were a super soldier who just
the power of love. But, also there was a point where she was mad at him, but they were cutting to the film and it was in the montage where you can see Cap on the screen and he like he cut to his compass and he has a picture of Peggy there.
It's cute. Hey, you may be mad at me, but
he still loves her. Still waiting for that dance. So anyway, right? He's like, well, don't feel sorry because your friend believed in you, so he should have died believing in something. So now you have to believe in his choice. Gave him that pep talk he needed. And then they cut off. They're like, hey, so we know where he is, but we can't get to it because it's too heavily fortified. What are we supposed to do? Just walk in the front door? It's like, well, why don't we do that?
We're going to do exactly that.
Or you know what they could do? Zip line to it, apparently, because that's what they do anyway.
Yep.
It's like, or you can do what you did. Like, why is this so difficult?
Technically, still going through the back door. Cap's going through the front door. Cap's going through the back door.
It's very weird why this was all pulled off so easily, even though they made it sound so difficult. So yeah, Cap's speeding on his motorcycle. He takes out all 8 scouts to get a Wilhelm scream. I mean, I guess they couldn't resist. Joe Johnston also worked on some of the effects for the Indiana Jones film, so the Wilhelm scream was bound to happen there.
I heard I literally just like shouted like, really?
Yeah.
And
yeah, that happened. Fucking god damn it. God damn. Cap, he's wrecking people and then eventually gets captured by 2 flamethrower troopers. To my point, it's like, why did he do the whole damn formation? Why not just fry Captain America? Yeah. But then it was like, I thought like, okay, maybe they want to get like to Serum so he can make his own super soldiers. And then fucking Red Skull gets caught monologuing. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn. And then he punched him up. It's like, I can do this all day, blah, blah, blah. And then he's about to shoot him. It was like, so why didn't you just have the soldiers kill him then if you didn't want anything from him?
I mean, because bad guys got a bad guy.
I mean, but like you can. Okay, here's Collier. Here's the idea, right? You have that moment where we also had the whole Hell Hydra's part with the very bad, fucking green screen multiply. You saw this, right?
Oh yeah.
Woof. Hell Hydra was like
at first it's like Hell Hydra. All right, cool. Turn around. Hell
Hydra. It's very obviously the same people copied over and over and over again. I was like.
Cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste.
$140 million film, Collier. What is another $1 million to get some extras out there in different costumes? Another $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, whatever.
Game of Thrones did that whole freaking army thing a whole lot better than this film. Well, then again, Game of Thrones is a whole lot later.
Well, they also kept it very distant. Actually, no, it's not. This is 2011. Game of Thrones has already been shooting at this point. Oh, they're already out at this point, actually.
Oh, okay. So they just did it better.
This is season 1. Yeah, I mean, well, they kept the distance. They didn't keep it so close like they did because let me tell you right now, there are moments in Game of Thrones where I already noticed that they did the whole copy pasting. But also there are points in the Game of Thrones you notice who like, man, that's a beautiful painting that they have for a background. Yeah, there are also those points in there again too. Like you notice like,
was Bob Ross part of this too?
Yeah. But
I'm gonna say this. They're birds now.
Yeah, but anyway, so fucking Cap gets captured, gets shot, but then guess what? Here come the Howling Commandos. They notice that Smith turns around, he's angry, tries to shoot. Cap throws one of the Hydra in front of him, disintegrates him. And then Schmidt proceeds to not shoot forward anymore for some reason, and runs away. It's like that has more than one charge, right? It's not a flintlock pistol. It's a normal, at least a Ruger, right? Just bam. All right, cool. Bam again. Well, okay, you do both guards in front of me. Now you're on your own with no shield. Bam! Look, I've destroyed Captain America. No, nothing. But whatever. Nothing. He just runs out the room. He's on a tight schedule. He has to go launch his plane or whatever. Yeah. The Hydra itself. You run down the hallway, then The Howling Commandos break in, give Cap his shield. You're like, good, we're in. It's time to begin the assault. Excellent. Tommy Lee Jones leading the charge on the front door because this was so hard to get to. No, it's not. They just kind of like shoot everyone and run in. It's like the highly advanced technological group is retreating. People with bullets. You have lasers and armor.
Yeah, I've lost your goddamn mind.
Bulletproof armor, by the way, because Cap shoots someone. He shoots on a guy. One of the guys on the train is like, they're just like, nah, whatever. Like, nah, but not no one else here.
Because the movie demands it.
Plot.
I mean, I was like, that guy looks like a heavier trooper too, but it's like, you didn't have any of them sitting outside? Not one?
No.
I mean, if this was a video game, there'd be one of those guys in that group, right?
I mean, yeah, of course.
there'd be one heavy.
The bigger the army, the more heavies it would be out there. Like, if you got, like, okay, like, maybe like 5...
This is the final boss fight. You think there'd be a few more? Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Nah. Okay.
Last castle got 5 floors. This gets more and more intense until you just get like 5 heavies. And that's like the last line of defense.
But whatever.
So maybe just like one awesome boss.
So they're invading the base. Schmidt, that's Red Skull. I'm gonna call him Schmidt now because I remember his name. Is running down there. Their Americans are invading the base. He picks up guns and starts blasting them. Apparently, his soldiers can't do this, but he can. And then just runs the opposite way to his hangar. Cap's chasing him. Throws a shield, catches the door.
Here comes Peggy. You're late.
But the defender troop trying to finally fry him.
Yeah,
finally.
It's
like, man, what these flaming dudes? So he shuts him and shoots him back. The whole flamethrower exploded it. He's like, you're late. The little thing's like, you guys know where to be? It's like, oh shit, you're right. I gotta be a hero. And then Tommy Lee Jones and his quips are great. He like, the hydrators are like, California had 2 more. Go find 2 more. So give me Tommy Lee Jones in every movie. That's all I'm saying.
He's still alive, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still
got time for something else.
2016 wasn't that bad. I mean, it was pretty bad to us, but it didn't take time to leave from us.
What, 2016?
2016. Remember the year where all the actors were apparently dying?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, man.
Yeah, it didn't take time to leave from us.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah, so, yeah. Give me Tommy Lee Jones in every movie, and I'll be great. But anywho, so they're in the hangar, and here's where the third act, man. It's just where this film it falls apart. I mean, so far the montages and everything, it's like, all right, you guys have been saving budget, but hopefully it's for something in the third act. But no, apparently it's all in the first act for little skinny Steve.
Skinny Steve.
And then the third act, it's just like,
woof.
Like, here comes Cap, and he's just running through the facility, just bam, just hitting people, and it's just like,
bam.
What is happening here? Does no one have a gun they can shoot this guy with? Like, it's not like he's hiding in cover or anything. He's running in a wide open hangar. It's like, someone shoot him.
Guy.
Shoot him. Someone.
He's not even like even bleeding in. Just
he's the only guy who stands out in there. Everyone else is in dark colors. The Americans like dark green and brown, and the Hydra is all black. He is in bright red and blue and white. It's like, who should we hit? That guy. But
That guy right there.
Nah,
he's
happening.
fine and whatever.
He's trying to catch a plane on foot. Not happening. But guess what?
Tommy Lee Jones somehow and Peggy Carter find Red Skull's car.
They shot the car with Steve in the same frame, but like the car's off in the distance. I was like,
It's like, but what? How did they find? What happened?
Hello?
hello?
There's so many questions happening here, but it's like whatever.
Get in.
So many questions.
They're going.
Okay, so apparently Red Skull designed a car that can catch up to a plane.
His plane. It also.
It is really weird that he designed that thing.
You know what? I might be digging a bit too deep. I don't know if you have it in your notes or not, but when Tommy Lee Jones pushed the red button,
it went faster. Don't push the red button. So it's not in there at all. But I saw. I was like, I see what you got. I see what you did there. I see what happened. Shut the movie. But anyway.
Flame shot out, got faster.
Like, all right, cool. Again, cut. That's what Steve's like going on. It's like Peggy's like, wait, give him a bill, smoosh them.
I'm not kissing you.
Yeah, obviously it's so great. He's like, I'm not gonna like, go there, ducks on the back. He starts chopping up the plane, and then he jumps on there, and then they go, cool.
But hey, that's the only time that you see their car turn on a dime.
It is, and then honestly, it's like something I appreciated it. Like they didn't try to hit the brakes and like make me believe it's bullshit. No, he turns around, so it's using tires to go that way. Fighting will going the other way, so it will actually stop, which is what you're supposed to do, and not like just hit the brakes. You're like, yeah, if you're going that fast, if you hit the brakes, you're still going that way.
You need to reverse that friction.
So what she does is like, and then but like, cool, we're good. And Peggy stands up on she's in the back. It's like, Peggy, if you don't fucking move to the front of this car
or get out. Now they said like, I'll be out of that car so quick after that. Those tires hanging up.
It's like she stands up. It's like, what are you doing?
The only thing she was standing up was to get out.
Anyway,
Wait, no. That heavy engine in the front is forward heavy.
Yeah, man, it must be. But anyway, so Steve's on the plane, and he's like, cool. He's the only person there. He's going to take a lot of high drives himself. And then he goes to the part where they're going to drop the bomb.
And this is where I start to cause some bullshit.
There's a lot. So, Collier.
Yeah.
Sorry, these are suicide bombers.
Uh-huh.
So, Collier.
Yeah.
Why do suicide bombers have eject sheets?
Hell Hydra.
Hell, no. And also, there are like, what, 8 of them in there? So I'm like, what happens to shooting down one plane, hundreds of more will take its place? It's like, no. Maybe 8 more will take its place, and then after that, it's pretty much done after this. There's not many more in here.
Okay, so I'm guessing that these bombs are made with the same technology as a Tesseract or something infused with it.
So okay, but also, but they need to be manned. Steve knows this. He seasons at this point.
Yeah.
But he also has released him at this point because he did that already.
Yeah.
So, Collier, when he stops Red Skull and sees that, okay, the power source of this plane's already gone, so it's already crashing, why don't you just go back down to the hangar, just release all the bombs, and like, cool, we won. I no longer need to crash this plane.
He didn't know anything.
You know, the script, the man is like, we have to get him to Avengers. We have to get him.
I mean, I'm pretty sure something similar happens in the comics over how he gets to the present time from his past.
I know. It's like the fact that they have to adapt that is like we have to do this. It's like, I mean, here's how you do it. One scene earlier when him and Red Skull are fighting, and then the plane starts crashing downward. Mm-hmm. Just have the controls broken. Red Skull grab it when the Tesseract goes down to him, shoots Red Skull off into space, and Steve and I know how to get that up there and then crash anyway. There you go. You've done it. But no, you have to have a scene between him and Peggy. He has to have the goodbye with her. It's like, so like, no, we have to do that. It's like, no, you don't. They already said the goodbye. It was the kiss. It was that was it. It's like, that was it. That was the goodbye. But they have to have that one last scene, so they extend the movie a little bit longer to have it no longer make sense. It's like, Steve, you could have just, they're gone. What are you gonna do? Are you afraid of bombing the ice? Afraid of any fishermen down there? It's fine, Steve. But whatever.
But this is my bull.
We have to get him to Avengers. We have to have him say his goodbye to Peggy.
This is my bull crap.
Yeah, what's up?
Now, CG effects when he's throwing people off the plane, and then he gets on the thing and it falls with him and the other guys. They're fighting on the bomb plane.
Oh yeah, I was in there. Was like, how are you holding on to this?
Super soldier. I'll take that. I'll take that.
No, because he wasn't even gripping it. He just had his hand flat, and they just both. I was like, oh no, you're flying. You're over there. Like also, let me tell you how some brutal. There was something brutal in the scene when they both he grabbed one and he zipped. I was like, holy shit!
That is the most blood that we would ever see in the entire movie.
Disney had bought them at this point though. Like, woo, how'd you get that pass?
Oof, woof.
Also, I also want to point out.
We gotta keep this going. Gotta keep this out. Let's keep going. Point out what you're gonna do. Let's hurry up.
So every time like the propellers would go, like you just left a little spiral of the air from like all the stuff. Like, okay, that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, after that point, that's someone who had ran into it, so it was smoking. It was like it wasn't supposed to be hit.
Yeah.
Why he launched some early too? I don't know, but
But anyway, so he got the dude out, and then all of a sudden he is like a certified. Huh?
He's sitting. On what? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's probably very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But he can now fly a plane.
He can now, like...
Except for when he's in the plane, he can't fly a plane. But now he can. It's like, I know how to fight. I gotta put it down.
And also, it's like, you know you're flying a bomb, and what is your first instinct to do? Is to ram that bomb back into a plane with other bombs!
I don't know. Yeah, so
and survive!
This third act, man.
And survive.
This third act is so... It's like, what's going on here, man? It stopped making sense. It's like, I stopped feeling it when he fell out the plane and had to get back into the plane.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Why are we going back?
When he fell out, it was like, so wait, how does he get back into?
He flies a bomb plane back into it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, so that's like, because I know the final act is inside the plane, like, so he's gone. How does he get back in? There's no, like, oh, all right, cool. He's an Air Force pilot now.
Cool. Then he goes to fight Red Skull.
Well, I'm sorry, Army Air Corps pilot.
Yeah,
World War II.
Yeah. But he goes to fight Red Skull. Red Skull's monologuing during shooting at him the entire time. It's like, you wear a flag on your chest. You fight for think this is a battle of nations. I've seen the future, Captain. There are no flags. Not my future. And they're just...
They do it now. His Tesseract.
Red Skull picks up with his bare hands. Starts melting away. I always thought he was dead, but apparently he gets shot up into space. Spoiler for...
Infinity War.
11 movies in the future.
I could have sworn you was gonna say 11 futures.
11 movies in the future. Well, spoilers. And then he gets on the radio with her, contacts him like, "Hey, I gotta put her down. It's the autopilot's busted, so I can't turn it, but I can put it up and down for some reason." Collier.
Yeah.
So autopilot, you're an Air Force guy.
Yeah.
So it stops left and right?
Yeah, it just keeps you in
keeps you level.
Steady, yeah.
But up and down, you can keep going. You can do that?
No, it like...
so
okay,
if it's stuck, you can't do the up and down part.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me think.
Mm-hmm.
Autopilot, it just runs on its own. But the moment you touch the trigger again, it automatically shuts off and you're back in control all around.
So Steve doesn't actually have to do this part.
If the autopilot was busted, stuck on, it should have overridden back to manual again. Yeah. That's what I was thinking was going on. But apparently in the movie...
Steve's like, I just had to put this thing down. It's like, but do you have to? Yes. No, you don't.
We know that it's old technology, so they probably didn't think about it ahead of time. I just know with my technology right now...
Listen, man, I was like...
If the pilot puts it on autopilot and the autopilot gets busted or fried, it just goes back to manual and you're just going...
I mean, it's not like he's fighting someone in a point who's coming for him. Everyone's already gone. Yeah. Self-preservation at that point would take over. It's like, all right, let's figure out how. He could have tried anything.
Just look for it. Like I know you can't read German, but look for something that looks like letting down the wheels, flip everything out of
turn towards the water, not the ice.
Yeah, get a softer impact.
Anything.
I mean, you're a superhero. You survived that cold water.
Yeah, but nah. Get hit in the ice, freezes there, and because the movie, he has to get the Civil War. Avengers. Civil War, also Avengers. He's doing that. He's talking to Peggy. It's a very sad scene.
You need to rate check on that dance. It's okay. Set a dance.
Yeah, just don't you be late. And they're talking and just cuts off immediately. She's like, Steve.
I don't want to sip on it.
Steve.
Dun, 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 dun.
How dare you two do that? How dare you?
I'm sorry, it's a sentimental moment. We had to amp it up just a wee bit.
So
anyways.
Everyone's sad. Howard Stark is looking for him, finds the Tesseract because they're checking energy signature. Mm-hmm. Like, well, this is where it ends. We don't know where he is. Like, keep looking.
Keep looking, man.
He's trying to find his friend. This bond that these two have formed off screen, I guess, keeps driving.
The bond was...
They got fondue together.
Yeah. He told him about the fondue.
And that's what it was. Like, oh, it's just a British... Oh.
They became the best of buddies.
Once again, would have very much benefited with a second movie in this time frame about,
Well,
I mean, like, let's just have the first half of Captain America end where he liberated the soldiers.
Like, what's next? Avengers?
The sequel.
I know. From that point, these two in the bond, so I understand why he's looking for him so badly. It's like, just keep looking. It's like, all right, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
No, he was probably his second greatest creation.
Shut up. I always hate it when the villains do that to Dr. Children. You're my greatest creation. Shut the fuck up. I every time. Iron Man 2, Red versus... I always hate it. It's such a common trope. The villain tells the child, you're my greatest creation. I fucking hate you. If you ever said it in any script, you are now the worst person in the script.
Besides from eating an apple.
What?
Besides just from...
Yes! Christ. God almighty. Anyway. Always hated that. I've always hated it. It's like, why? Why do you have to do that? Fucking Hiroshi Sato.
Wait, huh?
Hiroshi Sato to Asami. It's like, you are my greatest kid. Shut the fuck up. not redeem yourself at all. He did though, but it was like, man, I hate that. It's not them. It's just that line. I don't know why. I've always had problems with that particular line. Maybe because it's said so often by all the creators.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Peggy can't find them. Their war is won. The Highland Commandos to the captain. Yeah. No mention of Bucky. They all apparently forgot about Bucky. To the captain.
They probably did his off screen earlier.
Probably. They're all sad. Peggy's sad. Everyone's sad. Howard's sad. And then we cut to black. And then we cut back to the movie. And what clearly was supposed to be an after credit scene. Yeah. But should have been an after credit scene, but it wasn't. Steve wakes up, he's back in Brooklyn, and it's 1941. But he knows that because the Dodger game playing, the Brooklyn Dodgers at this point.
Playing on the radio.
Yeah, he's like, I know that game because I was there. And this agent who kind of looks like Peggy Carter and kind of looks like Natasha walks in. Like, and I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Peggy's niece, but I'm not sure if they recast her or just supposed to be a random agent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they all start yelling, "Agents down, Code 13, Agent 13." Mm-hmm. Which is Peggy's niece, Sharon Carter. Yeah. But I'm not sure if that was a reference or anything. I didn't find anything mentioned about it. Seemed like reference to me.
You got a Code 13, all A's. I repeat, if you have a Code 13. Yeah. He walks in, all A's like, there he is, get him! He's like, you guys don't know who I am? Out the way, move, get him!
And he bursts out to Times Square, like, wow, things have changed. Such a show and then for him. He comes out, everyone stand down. Who is it? Samuel fucking Jackson. Nick Fury. He's on the scene. He's like, the world's changed, Cap. You've been asleep for the last 70 years.
Wait, what happened?
Right?
Like, I was trying to break it to you easily, but.
Yeah. All right, he's like, no, it's wrong. I missed the date. I had a date. Cuts to black. We're in credits. Then we are in we're in the after credit scene. The after credit scene is quite literally. Avengers! It's a scene from Avengers into the trailers for Avengers. It was like, this is a after credit scene that does not hold the test of time and might go down as the worst after credit scene.
Oh, most
literally
definitely.
In the history of ever.
Most definitely. I remember the whole punching bag scene.
That's in Avengers.
The trailers of Avengers.
It's in the trailers of Avengers, and it's also in the shot from the movie. But then it's like literally a trailer. Next summer, it's like you're putting this on a Blu-ray and a DVD, literally in a few months. No one thought that was a bad idea.
Next summer, we got Thor.
That got approved.
We got Captain America.
But anyway, yeah, there we are. Fucking.
You remember the Hulk? We got the Hulk. And also we got.
You don't remember this guy because he's different.
You don't know this guy, but hey, he's playing the Hulk. And then we got Blackwood. And hey, you remember freaking Hawkeye from Incredible Hulk? We got him. Thor. We got him too. And the Avengers. Oh, guess what? Loki's the bad guy, and Samuel Jackson's in it too. In the Avengers.
All right, let's wrap this up. So.
Next summer.
Let's go, people. We're doing. So that's Captain America: First Avenger. General thoughts on it, maybe?
I enjoyed it just because the fact it's a Captain America movie, and I enjoyed the Captain America movies.
All right,
it's definitely phase one.
Definitely phase one. Yes, definitely phase one.
So here on the MCU review for the Fighting Wombat, we rank the villains. So number 4, we have Abomination from Incredible Hulk. Number 3, you have Loki from Thor. Number 2, you have Justin Hammer / Vodka Fuel. Number 1, you have Obadiah Stane. Hey! So, where do we rank Red Skull in this movie?
I mean...
Okay, so he's like... he did some pretty bad stuff.
He's like Loki.
I'm putting him...
He's more behind the scenes.
I'm putting him, I would say, under Justin Hammer... above Loki from Thor. Number 3.
Okay, yeah, definitely under Justin Hammer. I will agree with that. Mm-hmm. But above Loki?
From Thor. Not Avengers. From Thor.
Yeah, because you really did.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, where do you want to put him? That's where I vote. I'm just putting him there.
What's under Loki?
Under Loki's Abomination. From Incredible Hulk.
Okay, Abomination's got to stay. Alright, above Loki.
Above Loki.
Above Loki, under Justin Hammer. So that's the number 4 slot.
That's number 3 slot.
Oh, number 3 slot. So, number 3?
I agree.
Yeah. We only have 5 movies so far, so yes.
Oh, okay.
I agree.
Number 3?
Yeah.
All right, so we're putting Red Skull So he's number 3. So number 5, Abomination. Number 4, Loki from Thor. Number 3, Red Skull. Number 2, Justin Hammer / Vodka Fuel. Number 1, Obadiah saying Tony. Now, people, we also rank the movies. So number 4, we have Thor.
God of Blunder.
We got
God of
number
Blunder.
3, Incredible Hulk. Number 2, Iron Man 2. Number 1, Iron Man. Where are we putting Captain America, the First Avenger?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Once
I'd
again,
say-
Iron Man.
I would say under
number
Iron
2.
Man 2. Number 2.
Number 2.
You
Above
enjoy-
Iron Man.
Well,
It's better than Iron Man 2 for me.
Oh,
Iron Man's number 1, and then Iron Man 2 is number 2, right?
I say
yeah, Iron Man 2. So you're saying this is better than Iron Man 2?
Whoa, hold on. Wait a
All right,
minute.
so
Hold on,
here's how we're doing this, sir.
Okay,
Do you think this is better than Thor? Everyone raise their hand. You think it's better than Thor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it better than Incredible Hulk?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Actually.
Is it better than Iron Man 2?
Ooh.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
I
Yeah.
had to rethink.
so here is now the rankings.
Number 5, Incredible Hulk.
No, number 5, Thor.
Thor.
Number 4,
Four,
Incredible Hulk.
Hulk.
Number
Number
3,
three,
Captain
Captain
America, the
America,
First
First
Avenger. Number 2, Iron Man 2. Number 1, Iron Man. Remember, people, you have a personal list due at the end of this interview series. So if you have any objections and you have a different list, that will be your time to voice your opinions on it.
Objection.
Because I believe... Okay, actually, no.
Your number 1 was Iron Man 2, so you did not agree with that. So Captain America
That's
might also fit somewhere else on your list. So that would be your time to say it.
Because if anything, right now, it would probably be Iron Man 2, then Captain America, and then Iron Man 1.
I wholeheartedly disagree, but listen again.
I'm saying
opinions
probably.
are opinions. So
And also, audience, what do you think where this ranking of the movie would be? Will it be right where we have right here, or do you have your own personal list? Go ahead and please share it on the
share
comments below.
I mean, I love talking about the MCU with people. Please, I love talking about the MCU. Anyway, so that is the MCU in review. That was Captain America: The First Avenger.
Not
Up
the second.
next week,
Avenger.
we have a treat.
Have you guys seen that video of people like running with that music? Like,
No,
actually,
I've
like,
not.
Oh, I gotta show you that.
Wait. Ready with the music?
Yeah, it's
Like
pretty.
the-
I can't wait. I'm so excited for this. I'm
I
like,
haven't seen it.
finally.
I had to
Finally,
I had
just-
the Blu-ray.
I have it.
You have it.
Yeah, because Justin gave it to me some time ago. I thought it was you who gave it to me, but no, it was Justin because he already had it. And he had it also.
I'm so excited. It's like finally, there's a really good
A
one.
nice
Another
treat.
really good. It's like it's like.
Wait,
It's
see,
not
this is
necessarily
a
next week.
3-hour movie too, because like this is
No,
like
no,
No, it's like 2 hours.
2 hours,
Yeah.
like 20 minutes.
every Marvel movie so far has been at least 2 hours.
Wrong. The Thor and Iron Man
Thor
are
was
like
like
a
an
little bit
hour.
under. They were a little bit under. Incredible Hulk were a little bit under 2 hours.
That's like an hour and a half, wasn't it?
Like hour 50 hours,
Hour 50,
like
hour
around there.
40.
So yeah.
I mean, technically, it's still 2 hours.
I mean, if
Don't
you
be
round
technical
up,
about
yes,
it,
it is 2
yeah.
hours. But I mean, but that's also including credits too. So there's sometimes you gotta take out of there as
Yeah.
well. So.
I mean, like I like actual runtime of the action in the movie before even the credits.
But anyway, so that's it.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
no
into your review. What do you think? Oh, you already did that, right?
Yeah,
Go to Patreon.
help us. Wait,
Help us, please.
and that would be it. We will see you guys on the flip side in the next video. But in the meantime,
Alright.
stay awesome.